Especially if you're trying to kill my dog. Yes, I
Yes.
timed it that way.
Greetings. I figured you did. I mean, anybody knows what comes after two. Greetings, salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents Consequences of Chaos. And as you can tell, the chaos starts before the camera gets running. Anyway, before we jump into tonight and hand it off to Robert for our session this evening, I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to Roll20, which is what you see in the middle of the screen there. Allows us to share our battle maps, our artwork, anything that will immerse our players in the game, and also give our viewers an idea of what's going on. Let's see. Doesn't look like we have one currently out and about. Let me see if I can find one.
Uh,
There are actually a couple in there. Yeah.
yeah.
They're in the main courtyard.
Okay, here's one right here, I think. But anyway, some of us have created, some of us, see, not all of us, which, bad on them, but some of us have created our miniatures through Hero Forge. Hero Forge allows you to create custom miniatures from sci-fi all the way down to fantasy with weaponry, clothing, posability, paint jobs, even spots if you want to be like a spotted cat or other kind of creature. They don't just stay with elves, humans, typical. They also go to, I believe there's some centaurs in there, minotaurs, lizard people, undead, and now you can do animal companions as well as mounts, and you can put more than one miniature on a stand at a time. Say they're dancing close to each other, or in the middle of some sort of fight, or something along those lines. If you're a subscriber, you can turn around and make a digital version of that said character and put it in your digital game, like we have done with some of ours. Another one of the people I'd like to give a shout out to is GUI Cube. They are a fantasy world created several years ago by the company of GUI Cube itself, and expanded upon by the community at large. So you may have a DM out there, or maybe you've ran a game yourself, and had that tavern or that NPC that you like. May find it in some of the books of GUI Cube, contributed by either a DM or a player of some kind. So check them out at GUICube.com. Also, if you're watching us on Twitch, there's a few things to take into consideration. One of the things I have to take into consideration is my overlay has been moved. So I will adjust that while I'm talking. If you go down below in Twitch, you'll see a bio that tells you a little bit about us. Well, in that bio, you can see a link for Extra Life as well as our website, rollhitdie.com. The main important one, of course, is the Extra Life. Click on it, it takes you to their website. That way you can give to the Children's Miracle Network as well as the Children's Hospitals. And it looks
There's
like
an
an example of two
on
characters on one stand. See, you're just like a nice little walk in the park. It looks like a different kind of background than what I'm used to seeing too. Uh, that's the Extra Life. Also, the website we have. It gives you a little idea about our characters or people playing, some of the games we run. Marcus has been working pretty hard on that. If you go to it and check out the shop that he's been adding to, pretty much any time and every time we say something about the shop, he's added to it.
Okay.
Nope, that doesn't mean do it now. But anyway, there's our Mutants and Masterminds game. You've got Army Corps. You've got our emblems, like the one in the bottom right-hand corner and the one directly behind Marcus's head, and as well as others. Just go to the shop there and check it out. If you're watching us on Twitch as well, you'll notice there's a bubble-like object down beside the chat bar that allows you to collect points. We call those chaos bubbles. You can collect them as long as you're watching any of our programs here on Roll Hit Die. Those points can be spent to cause more chaos in tonight's game, such as advantage, disadvantage, magic item based on the level, GUI items, GUI rewards, things along those lines. So you can click those and join in the game in one way, shape, fashion, or form. Let's see, what do we got? Howdy to you, Captain Shenanigans. There'll be plenty of that here this evening. And thank you, Mary Koala, for the sub. Who we got here? Flare03, first time in chat. Welcome. Well, I'm done with all my announcements, and we'll have another one to make towards the end of the program this evening. So I'll go ahead and hand it off to Robert to jump into tonight's episode.
Hello, everyone. So, welcome to Consequences of Chaos. We are moving back to our A team because their month spent plotting and planning is coming toward an end, and we're going to see how some of that has gone for them. They have learned from a contact that there is a necromancer who has taken over the ruins of the Bone Tower, which actually lies fairly close to their fortress here, Dragon's Nest, and they've been asked to clear it out. And the A team has decided it's their duties to. So they are going to go off and fight the evil necromancer. Let's see. Okay, so before we get started, then let's just go through all of our players, and I believe Scott, you are the first one up.
Hi, I'm Scott. I am playing tonight an astral elf called Charlotte's Web, or Charlotte, who is the leader of Charlotte's Web. Excuse me. This castle that we are at currently is our home base, and we are going to go and see what these nasty necromancers are up to. I just can't wait to get my little grip. Can't wait to say hey to them.
Yes.
Next is Mary
Carlos. Yes, very quiet.
Hi, I'm Carlos, and I'll be playing with Rail tonight, who is joining you to the Tower of Bone. And hopefully we don't run into any undead or vampires that are our allies. And if they are our allies, I hope they identify themselves swiftly.
You're going to get to kill necromancers.
Oh, cool.
The best. Just the best.
Can't get the stick of them.
Yes. And then it looks like Marcus, you are next.
Hello, my name is Marcus Scott. I am playing...
Vanessa?
Thank you. That's how we did.
Which one of them?
I'm playing Vanessa Sinclair, one of those filthy half-breed vampire undead people that apparently is hated right now.
You said it.
But she's lovable. She does everything she can for the group. She doesn't understand why the group hates her.
Fireballs.
No, Arms of Adar.
No, for y'all is Arms of Adar. For me, it was a fireball.
And don't forget kidnapping.
I didn't kidnap anyone. I just found a key and said, hey, let's go see where this goes.
Yeah, he can't say kidnapping because he kind of agreed to go with him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's still kidnapping when the guy offers a kid candy and it gets in the back seat of the car.
I want to go home. You can't.
You're not
Was
allowed.
the kid sleeping?
After the candy, maybe.
But, yeah. I'm a sorcerer warlock who seems to be mutating a bit as well.
Going through changes.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit odd. But other than that, that's me. Kick it over to Kurt.
Hello, my name is Curtis. Tonight I am playing Solax, the brass dragonborn paladin of Bahamut. He's here to just help these people out, try and, make this land a little bit better. And hating every second of it seems like almost. Around every corner.
The kobolds, man. The kobolds.
Yeah, they're the best part about it. But we got these people here. Easy's pretty cool. Charlotte's alright, for the most part. It's just there's some parts like You do you, I guess. I hope.
No,
it
no,
does
no.
well.
Charlotte doesn't just do her.
Yeah, true.
Charlotte's a bard, for those who don't know.
But
Bard's,
hey, you know, there's Rail. We have a common ground.
Bard's bard.
Undead is terrible. We hate the undead.
And I'm going to come to Charlotte's defense here that there's only one she does.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Just happens to be the a Bay Knight. But hey,
They're okay. They're neutral. They're not as bad as they could be.
yeah, they're
Okay, so I guess that brings it to me.
Yes.
I'm Dan Latham, also known as Shadow Dugar and on social medias, or ColeCash25 if you are a gamer on like PlayStation and such. And I'll introduce who I'm playing. I just got to take a deep breath first so I can, pretty much announce all of them. Because due to certain circumstances along this campaign, I currently control 3 characters. Coming in at a whopping 6 foot tall, well, no, that's my ride, is Easy. Easy is an auto gnome, so yes, definitely not 6 foot tall, but the Hex Tech Golem that apparently he has created in his off time is, and they're riding around as a Master Blaster kind of appearance. Following him is his doppelganger, mirror brother. I don't know how you want to put it, but looks exactly like Easy except for like reversed. Another auto gnome who is a diviner wizard. And then flying around their head is a silver bird that Easy created as kind of a, mechanical familiar kind of thing, but somehow gained some sort of sentience and is a healer. So there's that. You have Chrome, Easy, and Z all riding around with a Hextech Golem. And that is it for today. Check back next week. There may be more.
Y'all did happen to get kidnapped and happen to be, start drawing cards from a deck you would rather not have drawn.
Oh, Easy didn't have any clue. He just started
I found
drawing.
my best friend.
Oh yeah, you forgot to mention your
Yeah, I got my Gulong,
What?
my Foo Dog, and Kefril. Totally exists.
Yeah.
totally.
All of them were in your companions list. Okay, so unfortunately this time I don't have the nice little downtime sheet for y'all. So we're going to go off my notes and go from there. So I'm going to start with Sulak.
Yes.
So Sulak, you have been continuing to work with the Kobold and with Lubraxis, the Blue Dragon. I need you to make me, first of all, a persuasion roll when it comes to Lubraxis.
18.
Okay. Lubraxis is still honoring his word that you bested him, and so, he will listen. He also has a nice cave, and there are all these nice little things that he can do around here. So he's fairly okay. Grumblespine, is still living with him. So there is an offshoot cave that has a lot of blast marks on the walls. But Grumblespine does give you one thing, because he asked to give it to you. Sorry, I just have to find him again. From Koracraft's Platinum Board. You had been wanting to see their chapel, and so Grumblespine has created a potion of reduced self, so you can actually go in and see it. And they welcome you into the chapel. You see your apprentice paladins there in front of the statue of Bahamut that they brought, and they are doing their meditations and prayers. Koracrax is there as well. You finally now get to see the statue, something that they have kept hidden for a long time. The statue appears to be platinum. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
It is about 1.5 feet tall. And would have been more than anything a trinket to a full-fledged dragon. But to them, it has more meaning. Now I need you to make me an insight.
All right. 24.
Okay. You feel the presence of Bahamut in this room or in this cave. This is definitely a sanctified space, and that statue, if nothing else, is what's making it a sanctified place. You don't have detect magic and stuff, so you're not sure exactly what it is, but it was definitely created by a follower of Bahamut, or even maybe one of his agents. Okay. You have a feeling this might be why Horcrux has the ability to somehow speak with Bahamut. Okay. So you see that they have, how to put it, there are offerings before the statue of food and stuff like that, and they have incense and stuff. They don't need to see in the darkness. So, the only reason there are lights here right now is to help you. But you see that the cave that they have created here is very minimalist. They have not adorned it. The statue is the adornment. Okay. Horcrux does say, if you wish to come back and pray, Grumblespine will have potions to help you. For obvious reasons, we do not want to make the cave larger.
Yes. It's completely understandable.
Yes.
And I will take up on that offer.
Okay. Let's see. Your work with your apprentices is going along swimmingly. You think in a few months they will be first level paladin.
Okay, perfect.
Because they are highly dedicated to learning. Let's see. Anything else? I can't remember if there was anything else for you.
Oh, the only other thing was really anybody who wanted to come here from Kefis after the whole issue that happened there, and keeping in touch with the captain of the Bay Knights, and just
well, he has actually been here more often. Davenant.
Yes.
He has been here more often. It seems like he has been upset. Since you are looking at people from regarding Kefis, you do get some new I just said the dragon's name wrong. The people in Kefis. Yeah, Orvrath. I was saying Orvrathus, which is the High Mage. You hear that, yes, a lot of people have not liked what the Asmodeans did. There are definitely some people that have taken up your offer, and there are some more people from Kefis, especially from the refugee camp, that have come up. This seems to be causing contention with the Amateur Temple, but at the same time, they're also kind of upset with what the Asmodeans did. There's still a lot of people like the Fairweathers who are staying in town because they think they can have more of an impact in town than leaving. it seems though that the amateurs and the Bayanites are watching the Almedaeans much more closely after what happened. So there are tensions in the city. Okay, so moving on. Charlotte, you
Lay down.
continue your training,
Stay.
and you also I need you to make me a persuasion check because you're still recruiting and conditioning some people from the Zentarum to your new holy cause. Oh, yes.
Yep,
20.
that's what it would be.
You're fine. Yeah, you're easily able to get some more people on board. Now, one night, as you are sleeping, you get a dream. And in this dream, you see a Lunite cleric. And you can see darkness engulfing,
Okay.
putting out his light. And you easily recognize the person.
Okay.
It is Nigel Fairweather.
I don't remember that one.
His wife Rory is the Blue Hobgoblin. They
Okay.
run the tavern they all stay at when you go to Kefist.
Okay.
And he is a Solunite cleric. And so you have now gotten your mission on who to kill.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave you for just a moment,
Okay.
and I'll come back to you. Think about what you want to do, or how you want to do that. Because I have some roles already planned out for different ways you might want to do that. Okay, so think about it for a minute. So, Rail, you are still making a name for yourself as a baker, which is very easy to do. You're a highly skilled baker. Culinary artiste. So, you're definitely making a name for yourself here, and with the few people that are starting to travel to the Dragons. You're not sure why, but there definitely have been a lot more people coming to the general store, the traders up here. There seems to be a lot more merchant type coming into Dragon's Nest than before. It has nothing to do with the Zentarum or Shar or anything else. It just seems that the word has gotten around. But this also means that they're here and they tried your baked goods that you're delivering to the inn. They also buy stuff for themselves. So you're gaining a reputation. Okay? And so, if I remember correctly, you already have one reputation as a culinary artist, and so that's going to increase. Okay? So your reputation is getting known in this small region. Okay. But you also have another task that you like to do. So, I'm going to get you to roll first a survival for me, because you're tracking down undead.
13?
That's enough. I mean, this was not a high number. You can track them. You're not sure exactly what they are. You're pretty sure it's not vampires that you are tracking. You come to a cave. It's open. Just an open cave. Going in, I take it. You go in to hunt whatever you're going to find here. What you come across is a small nest of wolves. And what I want you to do now is make me 2 different rolls. First of all, a stealth check as you're creeping in, and then second, an attack roll.
18 for stealth. Does that mean my attack roll was at advantage?
Yes.
27.
Oh, wow. So, yes, easily. You're able to vanquish the 3 ghouls that are here. Okay? So, it's not much of a fight. It looks... Make me an investigation or perception.
I think it's perception.
Okay.
14.
Okay. It does not look like they've been here for long. And I mean, you're in the middle of Thar. Yes, Thar has historic battlegrounds all over the place. And yes, there are clashes with orc tribes and other things around here. But where you are, I mean, you're still relatively close to Dragon's Nest. And there's not a lot of graveyards and stuff. So you don't think this is a permanent hold for them, that this is probably a place that they knew of, that they could stay for a few days if needed. But it doesn't look like this was a entrenched nest of ghouls, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, any questions?
No. It's
No.
satisfied with my expedition.
Gotcha.
A few less
So-
ghouls.
So, Easy,
Yes.
you had a few things you were building. You finished your hex golem.
Yes, I finished armor for Sulax. I finished some armor that I handed off to Charlotte. Whether or not she's able to use it's a different story. Didn't we get some stuff purchased that was supposed to come to the vendors?
Yes.
Can't recall if it was a bag of holding or a portable hole that we ordered. And there was another item.
I
Just can't remember what it
You
was.
had ordered the bag of holding, not the portable holding.
Okay.
And that has come in.
All right. And I
So
can't.
you have a bag of holding.
Excellent. It means I can free up my infusion slots. I can't think of
Yes.
what the other thing was. And as far as I worked on the ring and the club thing, so now I can like summon a great club out of my ring. Granted, can't really swing it too well, but I can actually do it above my head and drop it on something, so that works.
It works. It works.
So what else was there? I think there was other things that we needed to do.
Well, those are the things I remember. I know the armor was going to take, the 2 suits of armor were going to take a lot of time, and the ring was going to take a lot of time. And I think that filled up your month.
I think the hex golems would have finished it off.
Yeah, and with the hex golem, it finishes it off.
I
'Cause you did
also-
have help from your counterpart.
I also need to, at some point in time during the time I was working on the hex column, I had Z helping me because,
Yeah.
you know, I had no idea of wizardry stuff, and apparently one of the books we had found had some information in it along those lines about the hex column. So I will try to get my hands on one of the spell books that we had that was left over and available. I just don't know if what they were.
Well, okay, I will say that your
Go lay down.
mystic library here,
Go down.
y'all have been collecting spell books, a lot of spell books. So your power has basically every 1st and 2nd level spell.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's a little bit iffy what they actually have.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and make sure I got that marked in my spell book.
Okay. Now, it will take you time to transcribe all these, but they're there when you have time to transcribe.
All right.
And
Yeah.
it takes money to transcribe. But
And special paper, special money, special ink, the whole.
Right.
But yeah, in the process, he learned some more wizardly type abilities above and beyond his already artificer type. So he is now a multi-classed character.
Gotcha. Okay. But you disconnect on a 1 to 4.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
But only
Marcus,
in this realm. You know, if we go to another cosm, I'm fine.
Yeah. And Marcus, I'll come back to you in just a moment. So, Scott,
Yeah.
how are you going to do this?
Okay, my idea is if I can convert him, it will be even better than trying to kill him. So I'm going to try that first. So
Okay.
what I do is I will go to Kethis. I will wait until he comes outside for some reason, and then I will get next to him and I will start talking to him and go, giving him my spiel about how Shar is better than Saloon, and if you don't, I'll just have to kill you.
Okay.
So are we
Well,
persuading him or are we intimidating him?
Yeah, that's going to be a very difficult persuasion. Give me. Okay, this is one way I did not expect you to go. So, one way. So, you're going to have disadvantage on this roll. This persuasion. And I have the difficulty in mind. Because this is
Oh, Jesus.
a near impossible roll.
23.
But you have a 23. He is very hesitant at first. But since you had disadvantage, 28 is not what's there, it's not what you can go for. He says, I would rather die than betray the moon.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
When the dagger hits your eye. What?
Well,
and
you
then
have helpers.
What?
Huh?
You have helpers. So,
Helpers to help kill him?
well, I mean, I'm sure you didn't go by yourself, since you have Zentarum and...
Oh yeah, I do have some thieves in the area that are hiding, ready to pounce on him.
Okay, then what are you going to do to kill him since you're in the middle of Kepis, it's night?
What, gonna knock him out?
Okay, then what I want from you is an attack roll. You're trying to do something that is not part of your class to just knock him out. So, are you going to use a spell or something else to knock him out, or are you just trying to physically knock him out?
I will try to use a spell to knock him out, because
Stop.
I don't have, physically I don't think I have anything that could take him out.
Okay, what type of
Go ahead.
spell are you looking at?
Oh, some things that, hit him and do a lot of poison damage?
Like,
Conjure animal?
You have a poison spray or...
Gotcha.
All
No.
the snakes. All the
Yeah,
snakes.
he's conjuring the snake. Okay. So, what I want you to do,
I'm trying to be quiet.
yes, what I want you to do, and also hidden from the guards and everything.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is make me since this is very different, you're trying to get your animals to kill them. Basically, I'm going to do this as contested will. So, not contested. I want you to make me a saving throw on your willpower. Your DC is a 14.
Nope.
You have 2 inspirations.
Every time I use an inspiration for a saving throw, I never make it, but I will try.
Oh, and
Well, you have 2 tries.
these 2 rolls are mine. I gotta write them down.
Basically, how is it?
Okay.
Oh, I finally did one.
Ah, okay. So you have them. Okay. So you have a 19 on it. You will be able to kill him, or excuse me, knock him out.
Yeah.
And what do you do at that point?
I tie him up, put a gag in his mouth, and take him to the hags
Okay.
so that we can sacrifice him the correct way.
Gotcha.
'Cause
Okay.
I haven't done a
So-
sacrifice to Shar yet.
Right. Okay. That sounds fine. You sacrifice him to Shar, and that ends your task and your training.
Robert, the 2
So-
dice rolls are my divination rolls.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you're keeping a record of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is this not opening up for everyone? Okay.
My buddy's a tad bit animated tonight. He's all over the place.
Let's see. Mine is not working. There we go. Okay. I wanted y'all to have new whims and cards. Okay. Marcus,
Yes.
I have a couple things for you. First
Okay.
off, your mentor contacts you as he has a small mission.
Okay.
When you get there, he has just finished talking to a deep gnome
Okay.
who seems to go off downstairs. He is sitting in his office, gently petting his intellect devourer,
Okay.
who sits in his lap, purring. My dear Seth, how has your training been?
It's been going well. I do have a question for you.
Yes.
I'm starting to transition, perhaps, I guess is the word, and I'll stick out my tongue and that little needle thing from last time.
Very interesting.
I'm not gonna get, no offense, tentacles growing out of my chin. I mean,
No.
Okay.
I was sure that the mutation would begin. You're not to mutate into another one of my kind. Interesting. It must have something to do with your Damphier nature.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
it
haven't
is
tried
something to look at. I may have to study to see what else might.
I mean, your jaw's just going to start splitting open right here, and you'll be able to open your mouth real wide.
Yes, but this was known. I was sure that it was going to happen as you expanded your conscience.
I mean, I already have.
And he hands you a cup of
Take the tea. I was gonna.
yes, galactic.
I have an issue with, a couple of hairs growing on my upper lip. I don't want, tentacles.
Oh, no. I'm sure that you can use minor magic like prestidigitation to remove anything that might be inside it.
Oh.
Yes,
I see.
but the
No
goal was
offense.
never to have you turn into a mind flayer.
Okay.
Ah,
So, mission you said?
yes. I need you to travel for me again. Um, this time in the Bay, there is a contact that has a book that
Okay.
I am eager to gain access to. It is a treatise on the god Azu and his activities before the time of trouble, his death and resurrection.
Okay.
It is not a common, but it is not one that is difficult to.
Okay. And what is the name of this book?
It is a thesis on Azu.
Bless you.
Yes.
All right. And you said the Feywild. Okay.
No, you are going to Bay.
Oh, Fey. I'm sorry, my hearing is a little off.
Yes.
Uh,
But I would rather not send anyone into the Feywild.
You know, home of the Red Wizards.
Yes. Yes.
Very well.
The Red Wizards are very misunderstood,
Yes.
and they have a great deal of understanding of magic.
Yeah, I hear Assessa Tam is a great guy to talk to.
All right. That shouldn't be a problem. Is there anything that you know that they're wanting, or?
Yes. My contact is a Red Wizard. He is of the School of Divination. Master Thrakus is his name. And I have a book. Oh, I forgot. Let me pull up my notes. I have a book on the god Sabras. I always forget this one's name. That he has expressed interest in. And we are going to exchange books. And in this case, there is no duplicitous undertones. You don't have to make a clandestine meeting. You just need to go to his book.
Very well. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I would like to make a quick stop back at the nest before I head to Thay.
That is fine.
Is there anything else there
In Thay?
that you might be interested in as well, or?
Not at present.
Alright.
Yes. But, yes. When you return, one of the wizards here will have a portal ready.
Alright. I'm just gonna run back there, get a dozen pastries from Rally. Take with me. Yeah, that was worth the
Rally.
word.
Okay. So, pastries by Ralitha.
Yeah.
Or Ralitha. Okay. So you get a couple boxes of pastries and to help spread his name.
Yes.
Or in one. This actually will help his reputation. So,
Okay.
there will be at least a wizard in Thay that knows of the delicious eclairs and cream horns and other concoctions that are fairly new and unknown in the Forgotten Realm. Okay? This one's simple. You don't have to do any rolls or anything. This is
Okay.
a simple exchange.
Oh.
But what this does give you is a contact to one of the Red Wizards.
All right. Notes. Da-da-da. Red Wizards. Now we are the good guys, right? So we're
Yeah, you are.
Casually sacrificing people, it's fine.
He was of an enemy religion. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and poor Rory is going to be wondering what's happened to her husband.
and you said his name was
Tharkus.
Tharkus. Thraxuis.
Tharkis.
K-I-S.
Okay. Okay. When you come home,
Mm-hmm.
the next evening, there.
Well, before I come home, I'm going to do a little shopping and say, is there like a magic shop that? So I know Easy's been trying to get some stuff.
Yes, there is. What are you looking for?
See if there's portable hole or any interesting magical items that might be useful.
Okay, this is Fae. So, if there is a magical, common, rare, or very rare magic item, you can find it in Fae.
Okay.
Now, does that magic item come with maybe some extra ensorcelment? Possibly. But it's Fae.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to pick up a portable hole.
Yeah, well, just cross that off of the party's bank accounts.
How much is that going to cost?
I don't remember.
10 platinum? Okay.
Da.
20,000.
Thank you.
20? Okay. Marco.
And I will come back.
Okay. When you come back, I think I made it visible to everyone. That evening, somebody comes to pay you a visit. He arrived earlier in the day, and he paid you a visit at the keep or your manor house, whichever way you want to describe it. Lazaro Manka, your
Good boy.
castle steward, butler, however you want to describe him, major domo, announces that that there is a visitor, a Jean-Claude Lamar, who is wanting to speak with you.
Yes. Have him wait in my quarters and I'll be right with him. Actually, better yet, here, I got this for Easy. Would you mind taking it to him and I'll deal with him?
Yes, ma'am. And so, Lazaro comes down to Easy's workshop and presents you with a portable hole.
Where'd that come from?
Lady Vanessa brought it back from her journeys.
Give me a second. I got good intelligence. I shouldn't have that issue. We'll roll it anyway. So I know it's not just a napkin in his hand.
Yes.
Well, okay, and he's got like grease or whatever on him, and he's probably
I
got
can
some
fix
singe
it
marks
to
on him.
know for you, sir.
I just tell Lady Vanessa that I said thank you for the hole, and hand her this, and he hands the bag of holding that he had already purchased, so that and give this to her and tell her thank you. I'll make great use of this.
Okay. Yes, sir, I will. And while that's happening, you meet um, Jean Claude.
Mm-hmm.
He is waiting for you in the entry hall. And so I'm just going to put Jean Claude over there. If I can find him again. There he is. So Jean Claude is waiting for you.
Yes.
In the entry
Go
hall. Vanessa, it is good to see you. I was hoping you would be free tonight.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Possibly. There seems to be an issue we may have to go take care of. I don't know. Party plans on leaving tonight or tomorrow?
Oh, I can extend my visit if need be, if you are busy this evening.
But as of right now, I don't believe I am. What can I do you for?
Well, I wanted to see if you wish to have dinner. There's also an interesting conjunction of stars this evening that may be remarkable.
Very well. Yeah. But, oh, when is the party?
You are 2 weeks out from that.
By the way, is your travels gonna bring you by in about 2 weeks or so?
Oh, well, yes.
Well, there's a function that I must attend, and I'd like to extend you to be my +1 for the night.
Ah, well, I am honored. Thank you. And yes, I will accept.
Very well. So dinner tonight? Was there anything else you'd like to discuss?
Well, as I said, I'm interested in you know, what you are doing, what you're up to, more about the realm you came from.
Are you sure those are topics for a, second date, is it?
Oh, well, then you can please pick the topics. No, it could be music, it could be literature. I doubt you want to know the economic difficulties of the Moon Sea.
No. Unless it's the way I can benefit from it.
Well, I think your outpost here is already benefiting a good deal
Okay.
from some of the turmoil around.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about the turmoil, but to help those, we must maintain a nice flow of finances through. But yes.
Oh, he will be more than happy to talk to you about, what is basically in this world international finance.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he is more than happy to talk to you about, the constraints that Hulbert has being iced in for at least a third of the year, the rebuilding of Flan, different areas around the Moon Sea. So he is more than happy to talk to you about it.
I'll sit down, talk to him about that. Drop in, questions here and there, trying to get a feel of possible business opportunities that could bring us allies here or profit from, if that makes
Oh.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not trying to um uh obfuscate any of the things he's talking about. Um, so as you drop hint, he can definitely tell you about different opportunities. Bringing up, do I have a full map of the moon in here? No, I do not. But just looking at it, some of this area, he does talk about Hulberg. Yeah, this is not enough. He does talk about Hulberg being snowed in or iced in, so they have to move to a overland route. So yeah, helping getting a trade with them during the winter time is definitely beneficial to everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
And yes, so overtime, yes, and we can build that out as we go.
Okay.
But yeah, he can definitely give you some ideas. You definitely have an interest in business.
Well, it's not necessarily business. I like to, well, as you discussed or asked about my homeland, there power tend to come from those who were weak, whether it be financial or lack of friends. So I want to ensure here that I won't be found weak.
I see. I see. If you're being seen to be in a position.
Yes. So I'd like to form alliances and, help build this kingdom up.
I have heard that you have made some alliances.
There are a few. Unfortunately, some outsiders may not appreciate it. As you look around, you may have noticed a variety of unusual characters seem to work peacefully together that you wouldn't normally
Yes.
see.
Yes. I have noticed the variety of beings, creatures, humanoids, however you wish to describe them.
And that's what I'm hoping to form here in this region and perhaps beyond.
He seems to really take notice, and it makes him think. So I take it from where you were from, you were at a disadvantage.
In a sense, my family did come from power and wealth, but I was a bastard child of that wealth. So, and as the old cliche, the evil stepmother is more likely still to this day trying to hunt me down.
I see. Well, let us hope she does not find her way through your mist to this realm.
Preferably not. And luckily, for the most part, the mist seems to be afar from this place.
Yes, it tends to be. he continues with the discussion. He doesn't ask about your childhood anymore.
Okay.
You can give me an insight.
Alrighty.
Yeah. The discussion about your desire to appear to be in a position of power, if not already have power, it seemed to be the thing that intrigued him the most about this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not the easiest person to read, but that would definitely.
Okay. Yeah. And that's pretty much her motivation currently is to build power and wealth.
Okay.
And one day take over the world. Oh. Never mind.
What do we do every night trying to take over? Okay. Then your evening winds down, and he goes back upstairs in the inn and retires for the evening. Okay. I'm making sure a map is ready, and then we will move in. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, after your plans, you have decided to go to the Bone Tower.
Before we do that,
The Tower of the...
Am I muted or not? Okay. Before we do that, Charlotte, can you wear the chain armor that I created for you out of the, was it Mithril?
Robert, does the chain armor give me the proficiency to be able to wear it?
What? It's been so long since I looked at these.
I know Elven Chain does, but I don't know.
Bards.
Bard only can wear light armor, so unless it can give me the proficiency, I can't wear it.
Okay, hold on.
Well, Mithril is considered light once it's made into something.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm thinking. Let me look at something.
Better be your hammer you're chewing on, dog.
Huh?
I was saying he better be chewing on his hammer, not something else.
You are considered proficient with this armor even if you lack proficiency with medium armor.
Okay.
Okay, so you can wear it and it'll benefit you then.
Yeah.
What type did you make?
Well,
It's a chain shirt.
Yeah.
Then that doesn't do anything for me.
Does it?
With a +1.
It still doesn't. Chain shirt's like
Doesn't do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Does it balance it
Well,
out at all?
It's still something you could sell.
Okay. I don't need the money right now.
There you go.
So what are you wearing?
Leather armor +1, or studded leather armor +1.
And it makes it so it's not equal to the chain then.
Chainmail is what? 13?
Sure.
Yeah,
What's the
chain
chain
shirts. 13.
Yeah, 13 plus 1.
14 plus.
Okay. No, it should give me 1 AC then.
It's going to give you more than 1 AC though if you take it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm just saying you'll have the 1 AC.
Yeah.
and you also have what's called Mind Sharpener on top of that.
Hell yes.
Because I infused that armor with it once I got done.
That works. So it's a chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Okay.
And you seem to be happy with Mind Sharpener.
Yeah, I have 3 infusions.
Since my con sucks when it comes to making saving throws to keep spells going, yeah, Mind Sharpener is very much worth it.
The other infusion that I have is just I gave the bracers of defense to Z, and I picked my shield back up and just infused it with enhanced defense. So now I'm just 1 point higher than what I was before.
Gotcha.
I'm still wearing the robes because they give me bonus to my saves, but he's got the bracers.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at something.
And so it's quicker than a dog.
Okay, figured it out. Okay, so, y'all are planning on going to the Bone Tower, which is pretty much just west of y'all. And you're looking at about 7.5 miles away from where y'all are. So, when you get into this area, most of our, as I said before, is, you're looking at, like the steppe. You're looking at fairly flat land, but it does have some rolling hillscapes. Every so often, like up here, you have what are generally very large hills, but other than that, you sometimes find individual hills. You also find a number of barrow mounds and other things as you travel. Let's see. Every so often, as you have traveled through this region of Bard, you have come across Boulay track, or Boulay having crossed underground. And on this trip, yes, you find one that's about a week old. The Bone Tower itself is set upon a large stone plinth would be the easiest way to describe it. It's a rock outcropping that goes up about 40 feet, and there is a staircase carved into it, with the stairs big enough that a horse could walk up it. At the very top of it, it looks like there's a little bit of room up there, but the thing that you see that dominates it is this large bone white tower. And y'all can see that, you can see that well over a mile away.
Oh. Hold on a minute, he's chewing on fucking foam.
And you do see some black smoke coming off the top of it.
Take out the spyglass and take a look.
Okay.
What do you see?
You see
Pat him back with guidance.
through the I can't think of the name of it right now. Fenestrations of the top. You can see, obviously, somebody is working on a pheromone. They're dressed
Okay.
in black robes. The tower, you're not sure if it's been sculpted this way or if it actually is bone, but it looks very much like bone have made up the outside of this castle. You do notice that about 15 feet up, surrounding the entire tower, which is square, are skeletons that seem to be hanging off of the tower. And they seem to encircle the tower.
Okay. And where's the smoke coming from?
It seems to be coming from some braziers at the top of the tower.
Okay. So I let people know what I see, and I mean, if we can see them, they can see us. So ain't no hiding that.
Did it appear that they even saw us, or were they too busy not paying attention?
Well, I mean,
I think.
Oh,
it's
there
safe
are
to
also
assume
some
they saw us.
warriors up there with the person.
Do we just say hello, or?
I mean, we're still a ways back. Remember?
Yeah.
We still got to make it to the place. So it's we still got some traveling. I'm just saying that they know we're coming, or they probably seen us on the where we're coming from.
Yeah. Very possible.
By the way, Robert, did you see the note I sent you?
Oh,
It's in the
sorry,
room.
no, I have so many windows.
No,
open.
no problem.
Not yet.
Okay. And does
Um,
anyone know how to customize armor? Because it doesn't give me a way to say I'm proficient with it or anything when I'm trying to build it.
If you put mithril on, it doesn't set it as
Nope.
I was
Go
gonna
go
say-
for chain. Elven chain's a full set of chainmail, so
I was gonna say if you just go to your armor on the left side and just give yourself proficiency with that type of armor, knowing that
Okay.
it'll just put it there and it'll work.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's like it's not really, but just to make the armor work, it's easy.
Got it. Yeah, you could do actual change shirt. Okay, cool.
I didn't look deep enough, Robert, when I was creating this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the Hex Tech Golem pretty much is any form I want it created in. I determine the creature's appearance and whether it has 2 legs or 4 legs. So it.
And I think it has 2.
Well, we were discussing that I had it make 2. That's like I said, I didn't. Well, say during the downtime, whatever, I adjusted his construction to where now he's more of a large hound-looking golem, and I'm using him as a mount. I'm riding on him like a was the Mastiff earlier. Now I've just created my own.
Okay. Okay. That sounds fine.
All right. I'm working on creating him an actual character sheet, and so I can use him because I can't find him any other way.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I have a dachshund. I'm not sure if it wants attention or not, so I'll be right back.
No problem.
Do you want to go ahead and do a break, or?
Yeah,
it's
let's go
right
and
there.
do a break.
We can do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. We will be right back in about 10 minutes. And we are back from our little break. And my map is still messed up. Why is my map still messed up? There we go.
It's messed up.
It's like overlapping into you guys' pictures.
Yeah, that's why his mouth is messed up.
Alright, Robert, we're back. It's on you.
Okay. Well, welcome back, everyone. So, it's very possible. One of the things you notice about the tower is that there are no windows or apparent windows. So it's just the people on top who are definitely doing a ritual. The warriors up there may have spotted the glint of your
Golden
telescope.
armor.
Again, your golden armor. But what do y'all want to do? I mean, it's still daytime. It's early afternoon.
If they're having a ritual up there, I don't think we should give them any more time than they've already had to finish it.
I agree. He's my new best friend.
Okay, so y'all decide to go up. When you hit the first step, a voice booms out. Doom awaits you. I take it you continue on. It's
I don't
We're
the
just,
you
voice
see them?
appears again,
Oh,
we're
and
just
when
your
you hit the
neighbors.
second step, and in Elvish it says, "Doom will befall you."
We're just here for some brown
Third
sugar.
step, in Dwarven, "Doom will befall you" if you speak those languages.
Yep.
Every
Dwarven.
step has a booming voice that says the same phrase in a different language.
how tall's the tower?
The tower appears to be about 60 feet tall.
And you said there are people on top of it doing a ritual that we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say hello?
What are you thinking to say hello with?
A little light show for him to, warm up to.
I don't know how close we are to the place yet.
You're still 40 feet down. I mean, you're about now 20 feet up the plinth going up to the tower.
I'm
Okay.
worried if they have anybody alive up there as a sacrifice, any innocents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just to be
actually-
familiar.
Actually, to explain a little bit more about this, if you look at the background, this area is what this kind of looks like. You just have a rock face coming up, and then there is a tower sitting on top of it. I just realized that the background kind of has the image of it.
So as they're walking up, I'm gonna go straight up in the air, and till I get to the same level that they're doing the ritual on, and then take a look.
Okay, so you're just flying, not invisible.
I'm on my broom.
Oh, you're on your broom.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if you were using your loot.
Nope.
Okay. You see somebody in a black robe. There are a pile of a couple bodies on one side, and you see this person plunging a knife into yet another body.
Okay. I use the message. No, wait a minute, that's wrong. Wrong character.
Sorrel's
Fly
got
back down and go. He's sacrificing bodies.
How many?
I saw like 5.
Okay.
Now,
So,
are there any alive up there still?
I have no idea. I didn't stay long enough. I just saw him plunging a dagger into one. I don't know if
easy,
the others are dead or alive.
easy disappears.
You're not sure about sex because there is a cowl that's hiding them.
And I do not know, because they didn't have the woman going, with her boobies hanging out, so.
Yeah.
And that's usually the prime evil thing doing, so.
Yeah.
They could have all been men.
Okay.
So,
If
So,
there's
I mean,
any alive, yeah. I was
do we
gonna-
need roll
if you
initiative, or-
feel- If you feel it's right to say hi that way, that's up to you. If there's nobody that you could tell.
Do we want to roll initiative or just jump into something?
Well, I'm
Again,
going to
I think
move
we're.
you.
How close are we to the place?
Tower's
Well,
60
you're about
foot tall.
you
We're
still
20
about
feet down.
20. Yeah, you're about 20 feet more to get up here, and
150
when you
foot.
get to the top, is it black for y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
They've done something.
But we also don't have miniatures out, more than likely.
Yeah.
So where would you like them put?
Let's see. Yeah. Put yourselves over there. Let me see if I can
Over there.
unhide this. They've done something to this that's really starting to annoy me because I can't always figure out what they've done.
Left
We
side,
don't
right
see
side?
where you're,
I found
far
it.
left. Far left.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I
You
actually
see
just.
that?
I
Thank you.
see somebody doing something.
Yeah, I could see
No, go ahead.
everything except for what's in the square.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
And
Now-
Marcus, I put a message in AI art for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, for me?
No, for Marcus.
Oh, okay. About 15 feet off the ground, you see skeletons ringed. And as you're looking, it does look like somebody has taken millions of bones and mortared them together to create at least the facade of this building.
I don't see your character there. You gotta read your character there.
And you are there.
And the tower is about how tall did you say?
60.
60 feet? Okay.
60 feet up.
The base.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering if 140 foot distance would reach the top too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, 60 feet up is where you are. I mean, 60 feet up is the top of the tower. Now, where...
Zorl's vision is not Zara, but
Rails.
Rails...
vision is not correct.
Okay, you know, I now realize why everything's looking funky for me. I was on the wrong layer.
Oh, that could probably be why.
Let me see. Your vision is turned on. Let me just do this. Does Rail, do you now see things?
I see things, but I only see us within a small sphere.
Oh, that's because of lighting. You don't have dark vision.
Oh yeah, you've got a really small sphere, like only 5 feet of dark vision.
Which is
Okay,
crazy.
this should not have any...
I've got a ring of light, so I've got like 10. But with my great sword, I got more, but that's fine. Yeah, you've got like 5 feet.
Is that
of dark
better?
vision.
No.
No?
His personal vision is only like 5 feet from his body.
Gotcha. Let's see. How about that? Does that show you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
see
better.
what I need to see.
Okay, you can't see inside the building.
No.
No.
Perfect. Okay. I forgot to turn daylight off. Okay, so you are here when somebody stepped up to here, I think. I'm not on right thing. Did somebody step up here yet?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Okay. You are there in front of the tower. The door is closed, but there is a a drawbridge that is down. The door is about 4 feet off the ground.
It's down, but it's raised a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a few steps up to the door.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the drawbridge is down. You can walk up.
Food Dog's gonna go ahead and cast protection from good and evil on me, and
Okay.
if we're ready to go, I say we get going.
I'm
Okay.
going to cast protection from good and evil on me.
When you, at the top of the drawbridge, you do see a double door, and there appears to be two evil-faced women as the knockers for the door.
I am singing, by the way.
Okay. And so who's going up? Oh, you're there.
Yes, I'll chug a potion
Sulak.
of Hill Giant Strength. and
As
step
you
up.
as you are there, you hear a voice that says, "Speak the praise of the dead."
Being partial dead, would I know maybe what that
You
might
think,
be?
truthfully, you think that this is a password situation, and you're not even sure if it has anything to do with the phrase that was just spoken.
I'll reach in my bag, pull out a portable ram, and say, "Go fuck yourself," and then try and ram the door in.
Okay, so now we go to initiative.
Did we want me to shoot the fireball up there to say hello?
If you want to.
Yeah, that was like, it's up to you if you want to say hello that way. And that was,
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah. As we're coming out to try to interrupt there.
Hey, I don't even have to roll. It's the same shit. Same terrible fucking roll. Do you want Food Dog to have his own or go on mine?
Food Dog goes on yours.
Okay.
It's always easier that way.
Yeah.
Let me.
So on top of the tower, 30 points fire damage explodes.
Okay, well, let's do that on your round.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I needed to get to a page that I thought I had opened, but it's not. Okay. They are not on board yet. Okay. So this first round, Rail, what are you wanting to do?
So the door won't open, probably, right?
Right.
Since it's a password thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to hold my action. The first enemy that we encounter, I will shoot.
Okay. Okay. The door. When Sulax says, fuck this, the two women begin to wail. The two door knockers, they open their mouths and wail. So,
The door's
what
got
I
knockers.
need from all of you is a Constitution saving throw.
It looks like Vanessa's the only one close enough to me to get a +2.
Okay.
So, con save.
19.
Okay, you're fine.
22 for easy.
24. Easy, you're a little too far away to get the plus.
So I got a 22.
Charlotte and Rail are the two that have currently failed.
I'm gonna play a card.
And Fudog
Okay.
got a 20.
Can you see that?
A little
What
small.
happened?
Oh, advantage.
You're on
saving
map
throw.
layer apparently and moved your map.
Roll again.
I assume this is to be charmed or frightened.
No.
Okay. Then it's just the first roll.
Okay.
Con save.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one that failed.
Okay, you are the only one. Charlotte's the only one to fail. Okay, Charlotte. Well, okay, for the people that survive.
That survived?
Oh no.
Okay, so for the people that did not get hit by this, actually, let me open up this one. Advantage on saving throw. Okay, perfect. You will all take 15 points of psychic damage. Charlotte, you immediately drop to 0.
Okay, so actually, I'll only take. You said 15?
Yeah,
Psychic.
and it's psychic, and I think you are resistant. to
Resistant. So that's
Yeah.
7.
Question:
And
Is this a? Let me find the thing.
to give you the name of it, it's a banshee whale.
I don't think it is. Okay. Oh, I knew what was coming. I just didn't play player knowledge.
Yeah. And then, kind of like when McGonagall brought out all the statues to protect Hogwarts, the skeletons begin to jump off of the building. And Rail, your ready to action will go off.
Let's see. Do I get both of my attacks or just the one?
One.
Okay.
And 2 of these are the ones that are on the corners
12.
are much bigger. Come on.
You know what? Never mind. That's fine. 12.
Okay.
I assume that doesn't hit.
You're just going for one of the regular ones, I think. Yeah, 12 misses.
Cool. Love that. Alright.
Okay.
So when I drop to 0, I fall 20 feet.
Or were you still flying?
Of course, I'm not going to stay on the ground.
Wait. You were. Let me then back up. You were 20 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Okay, then you're not going to be in range for this.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize you were 20 feet high.
If you look at my character.
Oh,
on the
I
far-
scrolled out so much.
Okay. On the far side, I have what my character's height is because the broom of flying. You know, I can
Oh,
go up
in
and
the
down.
blue.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I was
gotcha.
at 20 foot. Okay,
Gotcha.
yay!
Okay, so yeah, you were 20 feet high, so you would not have been affected by that. Because it kind of goes out.
Okay.
It's not a cone, but more of a wave.
and not a
that
good
hits-
baseball one.
No. So let me add. And they will be going on. Okay. So the door does not get any more actions. Easily.
Okay, there's a couple things going to happen here. Easy is going to cast a spell.
Okay.
That spell is Vortex Warp.
Okay.
Easy and his Hound is going to Vortex Warp up to the top.
Okay, you're going to vortex up to the top. Okay.
That's what he's going to do. That's going to be my action. I don't think that I can do a bonus action at this point in time.
Unless it's to pull out your gun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guns out, shields up, and he is growling very menacingly. If you could
Okay.
enlarge this token right here, that's what he looks like now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, I'm just going to put you up a little bit. Okay.
Now, at the same time, Chrome is going to come up next to Sulax and kind of land on his shoulder.
Okay.
Kind of looks around, looks in Vanessa's direction, goes, "Sorry," and channels Divinity. I need a will saving throw from anything that can hear him start crowing within 30 feet. That is
Okay.
undead.
So, 30 feet
Mm-hmm.
from Sulax. So you can get to here, you can get to this guy, and now that I'm scrolled in, it's harder. You can get to that guy.
Okay.
So, what am I rolling again?
It's a DC 13 Wisdom save.
Okay. I think it's 5 on each side.
Looks like it. Yes.
there's-
Well, no.
Yeah,
There's 5 on one side, 6 on the other.
but I can't reach this guy.
Okay, so yeah, 5 on each
Yeah.
side.
Okay. So DC 13.
Yes, sir.
I don't think any of them made it.
Okay.
Nope, none of them made it.
It's turn for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away as possible. I don't think there's a. Yeah, I don't think there's anything for like being a certain challenge rating. What the hell are they doing up there?
For
Turn.
Child Divinity, it should be. You 5th level on that?
destroy it.
No. Chrome is only a 4. Well, I don't know what level's
No,
Chrome
Chrome
supposed.
should be
Chrome
6th
should be-
level.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I need to adjust the level on Chrome. I adjusted
So
it on
if
Z
you
and
level,
Easy.
that is destruction.
All right, so yes, he is 6th level.
So that should be a half challenge rating? I think.
Yeah.
I've just
These
upgraded.
are the larger ones are not. The thing is,
And the DC was a
anyone
14.
Charlotte, you know because you're up there that all the skeletons around the building are moving.
Yes, at 5th level it is half.
Okay.
It doesn't go up to a full until 8th level.
But these are base skeletons. So they're actually 1/4.
Okay. This one
So
here's in the range as well.
Oh, I just missed him. Okay, now you've moved up to the top floor, and
Correct.
I've never tried to open the second map. I don't even know if I can.
What do you mean? Put me on a different map from them?
Yeah.
Drag my token. Open up the map, drag my token up to whatever map you want it on, and click it.
Okay.
And it should drop just me on that map.
Okay. Give me a moment, because
Yeah, no problem.
I need to make sure everything is on that map.
I figured Easy would jump up because he can get up there, and if there's anybody still alive that's good, he could take care of it. And Chrome could help thin the herd down here.
Marcus, can you fly?
No, but I can run up the wall.
Okay. Curtis, I'll get you when it's my turn.
best I can do, and you've seen me do it, I think, just once before. I can get halfway up. I can Misty Step, but that's the best I can do.
Right, I got you.
Oh, never mind. How high up is it?
60 foot.
60.
60.
And your armor that you're wearing is magical, isn't it? Sulax?
Adamantite, I believe it's just. I don't think adamantite's magical.
It's considered a magical item.
Is it?
Well, it's not enchanted, though. I don't think I enchanted it, that's what I'm asking.
No.
No, but it's yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as the description is concerned, something that would turn touching a non-magical armor or weapon and giving it a bonus is what I'm asking. Would that work for his armor?
Adamantine plate.
Yes, you can do that to that. Yes.
Okay. It says this is special. It just says it can be done after a long rest. If it doesn't say that it takes an action or a reaction or anything like that.
If you're talking about your infusion,
No, it's not me. It's the bird has Blessing of the Forge. So as soon as it lands on his armor, it can imbue it with a +1 to bonus to AC.
nice.
Oh, sweet.
Nothing like a very
That's
mobile
something off.
cleric to fly around and do things like that.
Oh yeah.
What's the big dog?
That would be my hex golem.
Well, you were riding in it. Wouldn't you just do that
Wouldn't I do what?
when you went up?
Yeah, I was on the dog and took it with me. He just
Oh, okay.
enlarged it for me.
Gotcha.
The bird is something different.
Yeah, I know the bird is different.
I can change.
And when I went all that time to create a character, an actual
I just do it on.
homebrew for the Steel Defender, and it still doesn't roll the dice on the new sheet, so I still have to use the old sheet to roll dice off of.
So I'm trying to find something I just recently put in here, and I cannot find it. Okay. I'm using tokens that you've seen before just because it helps
Mm-hmm.
me.
So yes, you have this whole thing plotted out. We're just going straight to the top.
Hey, I have no problem.
Yeah, I just wish we would have, we discussed this before this. We could have easily all gotten up there on the first turn for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to take your token and move you to the map.
Be right
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
And it should put me there.
Let's hope this works. Or I will see if
And
this works.
use the dog for the token for now.
Yeah.
I hope
No. Okay. Okay. So, tell me again how to do it.
Open up your list of maps
Yeah.
and then drag the token over the map you want to drop it on and drop it on there.
It's not letting me drop you over.
Not the token, but down below where his name is. See how it has the names across?
Oh, do the names instead of the token?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me try to delete you from here, and hopefully this will work. Are you seeing a different map now?
I am not.
Okay.
Robert,
Click my
Down
name at the
below.
bottom.
see the names where it says like Robert, Easy, Zulike, Vanessa across the bottom
Gotcha.
screen?
You can move that, I guess,
Left
to it.
click on his
There you
name.
go. Now I'm on a different.
Got you. Okay. So you can bring out your character. You're going to be on this side.
Bloop. Yeah.
Okay. And let me enlarge him. We need to save this.
I'll take care of it. As soon as you get him large, I'll take care of the second part.
Okay. So this is what you see up there. These guys here are skeletal knights of some form or fashion, and the rest of the things up here are just skeletons. Well, she will be turning to see you in just a moment. It is a half orc.
You're
who
gonna.
is in a very elaborate black robe.
Okay, you're gonna have to fix it because apparently it didn't register. I had it highlighted and it cleared it off before I could do anything with it. So, either give me permission
I'll do it.
on the token itself, or you'll have to do it.
Okay. Well, let me give you. Make sure you have. Let's see. You should have permissions.
I mean, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm such a moron. I had it
Okay.
because I had it on the arrow to show you what name to pick on, and it wasn't. That's why I didn't have him highlighted. I got it. I'm sorry.
Okay. No
So yeah.
problem.
Okay. There's a lot of people up here. Actually, the dog can't act, but
Back. Okay. So, you didn't have anything else, right?
no, I don't.
Okay. Vanessa.
I'm gonna cast Insanity on these two down here at the bottom.
Insanity is.
A Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, but I think they have to be.
That's what I was looking at. It doesn't say.
Is that kind of like Fireball, where it's 120-foot range, but it's a 10-foot sphere?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. They are not immune to charmed conditions.
Yeah.
So,
Where's Tanner?
what is my DC? And which ones are you going for? The large ones?
I'm dropping it right here in the middle of these two. So they
Okay,
both
so a
be
large
attached.
and a small.
Yes.
So, and it's a what save?
Wisdom saving throw 15.
Okay. The skeleton rolls an 18. The other one, for some reason, is not rolling. And I just realized this is still coming to me.
Yeah, because you're rolling off with the monster manual, so it'll automatically come to GM. Not
Yeah,
everybody.
no, I'm actually in the encounter, and it's doing that.
And you made sure that on the little dice roller up there, you don't have DM marked?
There is no dice roller.
Oh, and Beyond?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the character sheet. The encounter sheets are not like the character sheets where you have that option.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't know why this is happening this way. Okay. I'll try to solve it in this. We go to another encounter.
Okay. So one made it, and the other rolled a what?
The second one did not. The
Okay.
large one did not.
Alrighty.
So what happens to the large
Large one. So I rolled a 4 and a 1 for top to bottom there. So a 1, he does. What does he do this round? Creature uses his action to take the dodge action,
one? Okay, he is dodging.
and I'll put that in there so you can see it.
Okay.
No, why didn't that go through?
She is completely surprised this round. So she
Oh,
doesn't-
and to continue my thing, I am running up the wall with my
Okay.
spider climb.
So you're doing
35
30 feet.
35
okay.
feet's my movement.
Okay, then you get 35 feet up. Next round, you will be able to make it up.
Yep.
So
Right
Charlotte.
I look at Rel and go with her hands. He shakes his head yes. I go to Sulax, cast fly, or excuse me, strum my lute, cast fly off the lute, and head up myself.
Okay, so you are also moving up.
So I'm going to be around 20 foot up.
Yes, but not
Above
quite up
the-
here.
Coming up the wall. Next round I will be
Oh.
above the side of the above the top.
Okay. Well, I already moved you over there, so you can
Okay.
see it. But next round, you'll be up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sulax.
I'll make my way all the way up there.
Okay. Because what's the fly speed?
I think it's mine, or is it?
60.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll fly 60 feet up with my movement, and
Okay.
we decide if I'm going to cast a spell or anything from
Uh,
that point.
Can I make a recommendation before you do that?
I'm flying up, and I'm going to be going past you.
You forgot your dog.
Yeah, no, he's going to run away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's.
he's going to run.
I didn't know if you were going to try to bring him up.
Or did you need?
He's
you
a
want him to
medium-sized
howl?
creature. It's not a very big radius for Howl,
Okay.
so I think it's just best if he saves himself at this point. Because
Okay.
Howl's only, I think, 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's only.
So he goes off, and your Oliphant also goes off. Your
Yes.
Oliphant is with you, though.
Yes, of course.
That
Of
that
course.
was the only recommendation. I didn't know if you were taking your dog with you.
He's pretty hurt from what
The
happened.
Banshee
so,
scream.
Yeah. So he's gonna go and save himself. And where do I pop up at? Left side, right side?
You're popping up on the left side,
Oh, peachy. Perfect.
about
We're
where
popping up behind the bad guy.
dog is.
About where the dog is. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm gonna be right here. 60 feet. Let's see what happens. Bonus action. If I need to get a little bit closer,
Uh-huh.
I will go ahead and use Misty Step to get right behind the Necromancer.
Okay, you use Misty Step to get right behind the Necromancer.
And I am just going to see what happens when I start attacking them.
Okay. Well, she was. You caught her completely by surprise. You see that there are 4 bodies that she has already killed, and
Gotcha.
the guards. There are about 5 more bodies, or 5 more people that are kneeling, and they're tied up. And you see the skeletal knights, and you see the skeletons up here. So you attack her.
And
You did
I-
a move
these-
action, then a bonus action, and
Yes, that was my bonus. This is my attack action, and I'm going to. Is this a advantage since they're surprised?
yes, it is.
Perfect. I'm going to Great Weapon Master -5 to get a +10 to damage.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Let me go back and check her AC. You hit her.
Alright, and second attack is gonna miss. It's a 10. 2 5s. 2 5s.
Okay. So
But
the
one
first
attack to hit.
attack,
I'm
and
going
are
to
you
smite.
smiting?
Yes, I'm going to smite at second level, of course.
Okay.
So that is going to be 36. 41 points of damage.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, 41 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's my 2 attacks since the second one missed.
She is not very happy. Okay. Let's see. Where am I? Which screen do I need to be on? Okay. Let's see. The next person is Rael. Oh, sorry, the skeleton.
You said half-orc. Is this half-orc undead?
Nope.
Okay.
She is a living half-orc.
Alright, just figured I'd ask.
Okay, so, Vanessa. A skeleton comes up to you to try to hit you. A 12, I do not believe, hits Vanessa. And Rail, the other one, the large ogre skeleton, comes up to you. And he crits.
I do have protection from good and evil.
Okay. Oh, that actually makes it disadvantage, doesn't it?
Sure
You are
does.
so lucky, as that great club may have just missed you. 17
Does not hit.
does not hit. Okay, well, you also missed the crit. Let's see. Yeah, the crit would have done 30 points of damage. Rail, it is your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to use my Celestial Revelation to manifest my wings as a bonus action. And then I'm going to fly up 30 feet into the air.
Okay? You fly up 30 feet in the air. And I forgot Vanessa is actually 20 feet up at this point. Or no, 35 feet up.
Your
Okay.
movement's 60 if you have fly from.
Okay. And the ogre will try to hit you again. And let's see. An 8 will miss you. So, you fly up and let me go
I will
on.
shoot down on him.
Okay. Go in and shoot, and because you get 2 shots, don't you? Okay. That hits, and that hits. Okay. 17 for the first attack. 15 for the second. You basically bloodied him. He's still there, but he is definitely hurting.
Take that.
Okay. You bloodied him if he had blood. Okay, and Rail, you now are moving up to battle map. The other battle map. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to move all of y'all because next round you will all be here. Okay. So Rail, you will be coming in at about the same position that our dog is in. So,
Damn.
or actually, you're flying. You're flying 60 feet up. You were going straight up.
I
So yeah, you're
can't
going to
fly
be in this
60
area.
feet.
Oh, you can't?
It's only 30. It's my movement. So 30
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, but
You're
can you?
30 feet up. Next round, you will be up here.
Also, I kind of want to kill that ogre.
And next round, Vanessa will be up here. And next round, Charlotte will be up here and same with Ray. Okay. Ezoid, it is your turn.
All right. So, I see all. I'm guessing this is the bad guy with the knife that's stabbing people.
Yes.
Are there any living people up here?
Her.
Her where? Just the
The
person.
person you just pinged.
That the one who's doing the stabbing.
necromancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this here?
What? Those are skeletal knight and then skeleton. Hold
Okay.
on a second.
Yep.
Come on. That way. Come on. You go in there. Okay. Please excuse that. So, we have skeletal knight here, and just general skeletons over here.
Okay.
And this person is living. And you now notice that the ritual that she was concentrating on is failing and is going chaotic right now.
All right. So I will just point my lovely pistol in her general direction,
Okay?
and I think my pistol still should be set up for. Yeah. And I will fire.
Why do we have a new initiative for Vanessa?
They're just moving their initiatives over to this map. Because once you move to a new map, the
oh.
initiatives move.
Oh, strangely, because I get the whole map. I mean, I get all of them.
Yeah, but the
Oh.
initiative chart is still set to this map.
Gotcha.
I'm taking it to 12.
Ezoid, you are not hitting with that.
Mm, okay, I'm going to spend the inspiration so I can roll it again.
Okay?
So you can have that.
Okay.
Wherever
And
I
since
can.
you're spending inspiration, I'm not going to give you this ad.
The what?
You still have a disadvantage. I'm not going to use it
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're using an inspiration.
Alright, come on, give me a better roll than 15.
No. She is a little bit more protected than that.
Okay, well, item interaction, I tossed the napkin on the ground. So the
Okay.
sort of the portal hole's open. And I will roll initiative for Z.
Okay. So Z comes out.
Yeah, I don't have a token for Z, but
I thought we did.
I don't have clearance for one on the map. So if you created one, I don't have it.
No, I don't have one. But
You know what?
we could do
I'll
is
do
we could
this.
Pull out prone.
I'll pull out Adonis
Okay.
because it's one I can control.
Yeah. So
And
this is Z.
okay, Z goes on a 17.
Okay.
And that's
Same
that
with that.
item interaction. I'll stay here so I can pick the thing back up in a minute.
Okay. Well, guess what?
Z,
You know, Z's ready to be pulled out, so what does Z want to do?
Z pops his little head out and goes, "Oh shit!" And since he sees more people over here and doesn't really kind of know the whole situation with what's going on up here, he'll just drop a fireball over here.
Okay. Let's see. 20-foot radius.
When you're ready, I'll go ahead and here. I'll go ahead and hit the button. I will pop it to where the closest is that I can get the most out of it.
Okay. Probably up here because
Let's see. Maybe right there. Oh, you're making that big enough?
yeah. Come on. Here we go.
It'll actually
Well,
catch
it's
this guy
these
here.
Annoying angles. Okay. So, are you trying to get these people, or did you want to try to get one of the?
It looks like if I put it in the right position, I can actually get like this guy here as well.
Yeah, because I need to go one more. So if you hit them,
Well, actually, with the way that's set up,
you want to do it that way. This might not be to correct scale. I think this is the map I think I forgot to scale.
that's fine. If we put it right there, it'll still hit this guy measurement-wise from the center.
Which is fine.
And,
so yeah,
yeah,
we'll get
so,
him.
yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
all of them.
So basically, what I'm
DC's
gonna do,
14 on that.
So
Oh, that's
I
right there.
know
Never
is
mind.
I'm just gonna move these guys up here, cluster them better, so I know that they're all in trouble. Okay, so let me do the skeletons. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skeletons, and this is a deck save. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what's my DC?
14.
Okay. This one, what's your damage?
It's 25.
It doesn't matter if they saved or not. Okay. So all these skeletons are dead.
And you hear
Because even half damage is going to kill them.
You hear Z say something snide like, "You bring me to the most awesome, interesting places."
And let me pull up this and pull its stacks. And it saved, so let me
Calm down.
Okay, so he is singed but still alive. Okay. We then go to
Stop.
Vanessa. You
Stop.
clear the top.
Oh. Good boy.
You see the necromancer.
You want to bring
You
that
see the
little
guards.
thing back out?
Yeah.
The fireball. Okay. I'll have to resize it. Actually, let me just pull this one out. This one is already starting a little bit.
Basically, if we have the center where I'm at, it'll get everything possibly here as well.
Okay. Well, let me have a moment to resize this. This is your center. Okay, well, let me resize it again, and then I'll put it back in the center. Okay. We'll go a little bit further. It won't get to her, but
No.
it will definitely get all of these guys.
Yeah.
So go and roll your damage.
Okay.
Sorry, Robert. you had all those skeletons lined up downstairs and all of them up here, and we're just like, we'll just fucking blow them up one shot.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Vanessa's fireball's not quite as potent as Z's.
Okay. But I have 1, 2, 3.
You didn't use enough bat guano.
I dropped some.
What kind of spellcaster is she? I don't know. What?
What's your DC?
15.
15.
Okay, these 3 skeletons are dead. These 3 are singed. No. Okay, let me do these guys. I'm gonna have to ask you for your DC again in a moment.
15.
Only one of them succeeded, and it's the middle guy. So I'm gonna pull him out. And you did
18. See something.
okay. And then 18. Okay. So they've been hurt, but they're still there. Okay. And all the skeletons go in the same line. So now it is her turn. Let me get back to her. Go way too fast. Okay, there we go. Now it is her turn. And she decides the best bet is to become defensive. And right before she casts, she screams at you in Orcish. I'm not sure if any of y'all speak Orcish.
I don't think so.
And she casts. Greater invisibility.
It sure does.
Yeah, just wondering if anyone had counterspell.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay. So she turns invisible and seems to move away. Well, you're not sure if she's moved away or gone somewhere else. But,
Do you turn invisible?
she turned invisible. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so she could be in
Wait,
some area
Did
there.
I need to reroll my initiative or something?
It's on his end. He sees it.
I still see your initiative.
Oh, okay.
So I'll call you out. So now we go to Charlotte, and who is now up here. So what does Charlotte want to do?
Where's the bad guy?
Poof.
Somewhere around here.
Curtis, I'm standing right beside you. Where's the bad guy?
Just went invisible.
Who's Curtis?
Don't
Stay
know where they
invisible
went.
on Curtis.
Okay, Curtis, you can see her now.
All right.
Wait, I'm not done. I need 20 foot more up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're up even higher. Okay.
Yeah.
So Curtis, let me just.
And See Invisible is an hour-long spell. It does not require concentration, so you still have flight.
Yeah. Perfect.
I may not do any damage, but damn it, I'll make somebody else do it.
Oh, it's best. It's the best. I love it.
Can. But I can't see her. If I could see her, I'll do something else next round when I can see her.
Start from the top.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, Sulax, it's your turn.
Peachy Keen. You know where I'm going. And, yeah.
Charlotte's just evil. I mean, this poor necromancer just wanted to escape.
I am going to use Vow of Enmity as my bonus action to gain advantage on my attacks against them.
Okay.
And I am just going to, again, have fun with Great Weapon Master and see how well that goes.
Sounds good to me.
17 plus 5 for 22.
That will hit.
Okay. And this is going to hurt a lot. Natural 20.
Oh, yes!
Okay. Go on and give it to me.
Alright, so let me roll damage. It's gonna take a second. Actually, let me add up the math for this. There we go.
Just let me guess, you're gonna smite?
I'm gonna use my second level smite on the second one. First level smite on the first one. So
Okay.
it's gonna be.
So you got 2 attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Divvy up the, make sure you do all the math for both criticals.
I only crit once.
No, you didn't.
Oh, crap.
I saw it.
I think you have to roll it, you have to say that before he rolls.
He hasn't rolled the second attack yet.
The second attack was the crit.
Oh,
I
never
rolled
mind
my
then.
attacks first.
Never mind then.
Yeah. That's alright.
I thought that was your first attack. My bad. So no, never mind.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
That would have been nasty. 2 crit. 2 crits.
3 times 8.
And
is
you also have a good idea
24.
where she is.
Alright, now let me roll this damage.
Well, what was the first damage?
It was 38. No, it was 24 plus 17. Or, no, it was 38. It was 21 plus 17.
Okay.
And then... $110 points of damage.
Ouch.
Okay. You slice down her front, opening it up, and on your recovery strike, you just behead her.
Oh look, Sulax found the invisible one. I can see the head.
Found him.
Yeah, it actually rolls right over to your hex golem's feet.
He just kind of noses it away.
Yeah, and just so that you can see, let me see where it is. This was her. This is what she looked like.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So yeah, she is now toast.
That bitch is toast.
Yep, and that is my action, bonus action, movement, and since I used my bonus action, I can't attack again. So yeah.
Okay. And she is dead. Okay. Skeletons. We go to number 1. These
They're all gonna charge
do
to
not fall apart at her death.
I wouldn't be
What
surprised.
happens is the 4 people that were here to the side begin to rise as zombies. And
Shit.
her body reanimates.
Oh.
At least it's headless.
Yeah, it's just her body. And dark energy seems to be coming from the altar. And let me. Come on. I could just go to her character sheet, I think.
Now I get an extra D8 on my attacks because they're undead.
Yay.
More dice.
I'm so glad I could help you.
Here.
You got me up here real quick in a hurry.
Yeah, you did.
And
other
see
option.
invisible.
Yeah, well, yeah. The other option was just running up the stairs.
To a door that
Well, you
it
still had
was
to get
locked.
through the portcullis. That was the thing I didn't want you to have to worry about.
The ram would have given me a plus 12
Oh, boy.
with advantage.
Good boy.
I could have just teleported you up there.
That would have worked too.
You got thunderstep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, oh, go down.
Yeah, that would have been okay. Here it is. Finally found it. Okay. I need you all. If you are within 20 feet. Oh wait. Take that back. 60 feet. If you are within 60 feet, I need you to make a Constitution save. Of the altar.
Yeah, nobody's there.
You're within 60 feet of the altar.
I do have a
13 for
quick
easy.
question. Is
Is this fear or
Fright.
calm?
yeah, I was
No,
gonna say.
necrotic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
16 for the bird. Chrome.
Okay. Oh,
13.
Natural 20 for. Go ahead.
13s and the yeah, you need a 15. So
I mean,
yeah. So those of you who did not save take 26 points of damage.
Okay.
And those of you who did save take 13.
you need a 15 for save. Right.
Oh, no, you're 32.
What kind of damage, Robert?
26 for those who failed.
No, what
And-
kind?
Necrotic.
Necrotic.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
you're resistant, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought 2 of you were resistant. Because Vanessa is resistant, isn't she?
That's what I was checking.
I can't remember if Dampiers are resistant or not.
Racial traits.
Okay.
Yay! You're still flying. So if anybody was concentrating on a spell, make sure you make your save.
No. No, I not. If I went with the Undying Warlock or Dead Warlock, whatever it was, yeah, bit of.
Okay. Sulax. Oh, his screen is black.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Charm, frightened, possessed.
Enchantments. You are compelled if you fail.
Is that a
So this
charm?
is a
That's a
compulsion.
charm.
Okay.
All right. So that would be a 22.
Okay. You do not feel compelled to come over to this person.
Did someone cast a spell on him?
Yeah, one of the knights did.
Gotcha.
He cast compelled duel.
Yeah, it's just wondering because of the protection from good and evil.
Yeah. Okay. Then this next one has a spell as part of its attack. The spell is going off with the first attack here, and then the second attack. The first attack was a 14. The second attack is 20.
Is that a disadvantage?
Oh, no, it is not. Thank you
First
for
one will miss.
reminding.
First one will miss, though.
Yeah.
The 14, 20, or whatever.
I need
it was.
to go on and hit that. So it's a 12. So both of them miss. Okay, that was this one. This one did 2 more. This knight is also doing the same thing. So now let me come over here. There we go. Let's see. No, a 10 and a 13 will not hit you. And the last one is going to do basically the same thing and come over here. And let's see. Same thing, but you are protected. Wow, you've missed 3 crits. 12 and 19. Sorry, 12 and a 9.
Both miss.
Yeah, both miss. These skeletons seem a little bit more buff after that burst of necrotic energy that came through. They are. Oh, let's see. This one will come up to Z. And these two will come and circle into. They're going to get into your face too.
Okay.
But I sincerely doubt either of them will hit. Yeah, 5 and a 7. So against Z, will a 18 hit Z?
18 for Z. Let me double check that. Oh, wrong character sheet. 18 is right on the dot. Give me just a second to verify. I don't have something that can stop that. Yeah, I'll cast shield.
Okay, so that stops it.
Yeah.
Okay. These things are moving. The skeletons are right now moving much faster than normal. It's not a haste. They didn't get extra action, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
moving much faster.
Okay.
The zombies. Well, there is somebody that just came up, and so they're circling around Vanessa because that's the only person they can see, and they're going to all try to attack Vanessa. And Vanessa is not easy to hit, so.
Yeah.
An 8, a 19, a 10, and a 7. I don't think any of those hit you.
No.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to use the same figure. I'm going to hint it a little bit. Oh, she got big. Yeah, no, she's not supposed to be that big. Okay. Coming through the door is another necromancer, or sorry, another spellcaster. They're in black robes. There seem to be some other things at the door here, but they don't seem to be wanting to come out into the sun. It took all of her action to get up to the door, so she is going to stop there. Actually, she'll stop part way in, so she's still under cover. But you saw somebody reach their head out for a second to see what the commotion was. Okay. So, Rail.
Well, this looks like an unfavorable situation.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm going to start shooting at the ones surrounding
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to add this, but when I'm in Celestial Revelation, I'm supposed to do extra 3 radiant damage
Okay.
with attacks and spells.
We'll just add 3 each time.
Oh. And we'll say I'm targeting this one.
Okay. You hit with that one.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You did 15 damage to the first one then.
18.
Oh, 18. Thank you.
It shows radiant bonus damage against fiends and...
That's his weapon itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his racial feature right now is giving him extra.
Oh, okay.
And you kill this one with radiant damage. And because
You're
you're
saying
using
I get
radiant damage, he is dead. Yeah, he doesn't get his undead fortitude.
That was with both attacks?
Alright, go lay down. Go lay down.
Did that
Yeah,
take both
with both
attacks?
It is because the first one left him with a little bit of damage left. But the second arrow went right through.
That's awesome.
Okay, Ezoid.
Okay, first on my turn, Chrome gets to do something.
Okay.
Chrome didn't do his turn last turn on the flight up, but he is going to do something now, and the whole entire area around Sulax just starts Dragon, go lay down. Sorry, the whole entire area around Sulax just fills with little metal birds just flying all over the place as he casts Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So he's flying over here. And...
No, he's sitting on Sulax's shoulder. Has been the entire time.
Okay.
But when he activates Spirit Guardians, they look like little flying metal birds in the radius. Which is a 15-foot radius.
Okay.
So I guess if you want to put like a 15-foot aura on Sulax at the moment, and anything caught in that aura that is not a friendly is affected by it.
Okay. I was just double checking because I thought it was. This is a self range. it's only around whoever casts it.
Yeah, that's Chrome. He's sitting on Sulax's shoulder.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. That's why I said if you put
Now
it
I
on,
get it.
you know, put the because we don't have a Chrome figure out there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
Oh,
fix
thank
that.
you. Thank you for just putting the R out there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can put it on myself, figuring easy enough.
Yeah, that is so much easier.
And if you
Um,
click down below, you can show it to everybody.
Hmm?
Should be able to do so.
I was gonna say, can you not see it from me putting it on myself?
We can't. The DM can, and you can.
Oh, gotcha. I cannot.
Oh, okay. Then let me go on. Leave it up there because it will help me to size
Yeah.
this right.
Yeah. Okay. Only the DM can.
Yeah, this guy's out of range, and these guys are out of range. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's visual. You can see it. So if you move it, as long as Chrome is sitting on your shoulder, it moves with you.
Yep.
All right. So Ezoid is going to move forward here. Actually, no, he won't move forward. He doesn't have to. He uses a range weapon. He will take aim at the skeleton that's on Z. And fire.
That's close enough. Okay.
12 going to hit that particular skeleton.
Yes, the 12 hit skeleton.
Alright, so that he can deal with 10 points of piercing damage. It's magical based. We'll shoot again since it's just the skeleton. I'll leave it be. No, I can't shoot again. I only have one shot. My bad. So, as a bonus action, is there anything I can do? Give me a second to verify what I can and can't do as a bonus action. Sorry. Oh, bonus action. Activate my cannon.
Okay.
So the little healing cannon just kind of pops up and is sitting. Well, it's nestled right between the ears on the hound. And that will give us. I need to go to the healing one. There we go. Looks like it's going to be 8 points of temporary hit points to everyone. Unfortunately, you guys are too far away, but it does hit Z and myself.
Mm-hmm.
is it like 10 feet, or would it possibly hit rail as well?
If he's within 10 feet. Let me verify that.
15-ish.
Temporary hit points creature of your choice within 10 feet of the turret, which is 10 feet from right here.
Yeah, they're like 15-ish.
So yeah, sorry. It's only the 10 feet. But the cannon is currently up and running, and temporary hit points have been done. Alright.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay. So that's still there.
I need
So Z.
Yeah, I need to check back. Okay, so he made a saving throw earlier, and that was like half the damage. I didn't actually put it on him, sorry. Running 3 characters.
No problem.
So, he took that damage. Let me take 8 more, since that happened prior to... Alright. Okay, so we have this one here. What's he moving towards us or something?
Let me get back. Which one?
The one it's like
He
just
has not
outside.
moved. He had tried to cast a spell on Sulak, but it failed.
Alright. Let's try something I've never done before. Let's see, is he within 10 feet? I guess Easy will shift just a little,
Hmm.
and I will cast. He will cast. Wither and Bloom
Okay.
at. Screw it. We'll do it at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that means
Who are you targeting?
it's an area effect.
Oh, okay.
So give me just a second to read that out to you. I need to clear it out of the way. I do need a saving throw. It'll be a Constitution saving throw from these two individuals.
Okay. So I take it you're actually more between.
Z moved enough to where the other skeleton get caught in the area as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And what is my DC on this?
14 on the DC.
14. Sorry, which one again?
Skeleton and whatever this one is.
No. The saving throw.
Oh, con. Sorry.
Okay. The knight actually makes the saving throw. The skeleton does not.
And this may be a mute point anyway. Are they immune to necrotic?
One of them is resistant. Skeleton is not. So the knight is resistant.
And he made his save, so he'll just take the 1 point.
Okay.
And the
And
skeleton.
Skeleton did die, and it died.
All right. With that casting, Z and Easy are allowed to spend 1 other hit dice to regain the number of hit points equal to that plus their spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
So spellcasting modifier is a 3. All right, and I'll take care of that. And that's it for both of them. I just got to roll their hit die and add 3 to it. I think it's a D8.
Okay.
Z's a wizard, so he'd be a D6.
And while you're finishing up on that, did Z have anything else?
No, that
Oh,
was a
yeah.
casting and a move, so no.
This skeleton is dead.
All right,
Vanessa.
it's
Alrighty, Vanessa.
8 plus 3.
Yeah, go.
is-
Okay. Yeah. And a little purple hand gonna pop up behind this guy
Uh-huh.
and throw his ass over.
Okay.
With my psychic whatever.
Okay. Is there a DC save against that?
Yeah, it's that's what I'm trying to find. Where is it? Psychic telekinesis. It is push. It is a 15. What save?
I would say either con or strength.
Strength. Yes, strength.
It failed. So, flat. Okay.
And as my bonus action, I will have my purplish shadow blade come rolling out of my hand, and then I'll be
Okay.
done.
Okay.
With Shadow Blade, can you cast an attack on the same turn?
No, I don't think so.
With Shadow Blade,
Shadow
Yeah, I was gonna
Blade.
say you might want to
it's a
check.
bonus action.
You
Yeah.
couldn't get Shadow Blade and get your push.
Yeah. The push was an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why bonus action was just bringing the blade out.
But that's why I was curious. With Spiritual Weapon, you can cast it and attack on the same turn that
Right.
you cast it as the bonus action or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's why I was curious about Shadow
Trying
Blade.
to count simple melee weapon.
That really doesn't matter. Sadly.
Okay, yeah, no, I just created. Oh wait, that's when you get the bonuses.
Okay. This person, you don't know what they're doing.
I thought it was the guy down here next to Sulax.
Hmm?
The one that you just did should be the one that's the zombie besides Sulax.
I'm using her initiative for this guy too.
Well, okay, because he. Never mind.
Oh well, if you need him still, because I had initially brought him out on one, so I'll leave him
Right,
there.
that's the reason I didn't know if you were changing things up, because that would have given him
Yeah.
2 things.
Okay. So, Charlotte, did you want to do something to that person?
No, my question is this thing giving off necromantic energy still?
This thing is, yes.
Okay, I fly up 50 feet over it. So that gives me a total of 70 feet. I cast Polymorph into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then I fall.
Oh no.
You'll crush this one too.
But I'm
Okay.
trying to get rid of whatever the effect is going on because,
You crack that altar.
You want to roll damage?
I was gonna say, how
Yeah.
much damage does a falling T-Rex make at 70 feet in the air? I mean, granted, you're gonna take 76.
That's
Yeah.
the reason I asked you, did you want to roll damage?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll roll damage for you.
But I think a T-Rex has how much hit points?
126.
Yeah, so you're just not even gonna. Well, I take that
Yeah.
back. If you rolled all 7s, maybe.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna say
sixes.
T-Rex weighed between 11,000 and 15,000 pounds, roundabouts.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. The T-Rex hurts its butt as it lands, but
Okay.
it cracks the altar.
Hold on a second.
And that is going to just release one last burst of energy from this. So let me get that Constitution saving throw from you again.
Okay. So as
15.
I fall and land, my oh shit, never mind. I'm gonna use I'll use my last inspiration.
I'm doing the same.
What sucks about it is if you cast it on yourself and you get damage, you gotta roll a Constitution save,
Mhm.
and when you roll a 1, it sucks.
Oh, it looks like I made
Yeah,
all the saves.
Fly's gone now, correct? Since you swapped
Oh
concentration
yes,
spells.
Fly's gone. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's a good thing you're on the ground.
Yeah.
So I made the roll because a T-Rex Constitution is a 20.
Oh,
fine.
okay. Okay. So did everyone make it?
15.
14.
All mine were in the 20s, I
Oh,
think.
I need to
So,
make another one, don't I?
well, 19 was my
Uh,
lowest.
The 14 will work. So,
Okay, so
14 is
Oh.
what you need.
Okay.
Okay, I have
The
my
T-Rex did not
inspiration
make-
back too.
Oh, did you redo it?
Yeah, I rolled 14 twice. Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I will give you your inspiration back.
So how much damage was for that?
Okay.
20
20 if you fail. And 10 if you succeeded. And take resistance into account.
This was psychic damage, right?
This was necrotic.
You sure it wasn't psychic?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm still.
Necrotic.
By the way, do you have a token for a T-Rex?
Do I have a token for what?
The T-Rex.
T-Rex.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
It's gonna fuck some shit up.
Can you make Charlotte big then?
Yes, I will. I'm just checking to see if I might have anything.
Hey, buddy.
Oh,
You just want attention, huh? Did it? Just want attention?
well, it's not a Tyrannosaurus, but the Pterosaurus. So,
Oh, I was wrong. It's 136 hit points.
Oh, only a minor difference.
Yep.
Ah.
Good boy.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll just leave that. Therefore, your Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, so Sulak.
Seeing the situation I'm in, kind of, struggling a little bit with all that's been happening. What
You've
kind
been
of
struggling?
shape? I've taken a decent amount of damage. Taking a glance over at Vanessa, on a scale, like, how's Vanessa look at a glance? Like, is she kind of hurt? Is she kind of bleeding a little bit? Or is she kind of meh? Fine. And same with Z and Easy. At a glance, how are y'all looking? Just like at a
You
quick-
see the cannon up on the hound's forehead or head.
Gotcha.
Both of them are doing okay. I mean, they're not really all that bad off. They're about midway.
She's seen better days, but she's had worse days.
All right, then I'll just give myself 40 points of healing as I lay on hands.
Don't. Do something
Okay.
else.
Mhm.
Do something else.
I am pretty bad off.
And all the skeletons go near.
They do go next. My bad. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I'm pretty bad off. Like on a scale of 1 to 7, I'm at like a 2-ish.
Okay, my bad.
So
I didn't think about how far down you were when I cast the Guardians.
I've
Okay.
taken a decent chunk of damage.
Now-
So that's my action.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna check bonus actions real quick. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and first level. I'm gonna put a hunter's mark on this guy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hunter mark this fellow.
Gotcha.
And probably forget that I did that. So that's.
Now I
fine.
put a marker on him.
Yeah, and that's my action, my bonus, and yeah, and then I have the protection. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. So, Spirit Guardians, what is my save against Spirit Guardians?
Coming to it
That's a
now.
wisdom, 14.
It's 14
Wisdom
for
14.
it, and yes, it is wisdom.
Okay, so save. The skeletons do not. The 3 knights saved. The other ones do not.
Okay.
Does save give half damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Going to give me the damage.
Well, it was you need a new packet, or you want to use the packet that was rolled when it was cast?
What was the packet? when it was
17.
cast?
17.
17. If you want to keep that, I don't mind.
Well, I think technically it needs to keep it until it comes around to his turn again, don't it?
You can do it per creature,
However.
but since they're all going at the same time, the 17 works. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine. So this thing dies. This thing dies. Her body finally falls down, and
And it is radiant damage, of course, if that has any bearing on.
yes.
Yeah. Not knowing
They
how
are
bad
getting
it is.
hurt by it. They are getting hurt by it. This one is coming over toward the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
They're dropping fucking dinosaurs out of the sky.
What the
Yeah.
hell is this?
And he is casting anti-attack.
Okay.
Well, it's it's a spell that goes off when he attacks.
Yeah, I understand.
So. I do not think a 13 hits you, Devil.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
It's a huge beast, so, Armor 5 sucks on those guys.
Hang on a second before you do that. Give it disadvantage.
Okay.
It's within 5 feet of the dog, and he's got deflect attack. It imposes disadvantage on attack rolls for one creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender.
Okay. Do that again. And that's a 14. So 13 is still going to hold.
Okay.
So you take.
So yeah, it looks like the mechanical dog tries to grab his leg and yank it to mess him up, but it didn't mess him up.
Okay, you take a total of 20 damage, 13 of which is fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Rail.
Okay. Made it.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, what happened to that?
You got one with Vanessa, 3 on Sulax, and I'm gonna eat this one.
I'm gonna eat this one.
I'm gonna fire off on the one in front of her.
That's if you get a chance to eat it. I still got a turn coming up.
Okay. Now Charlotte is off the board for right now.
Yeah.
Rail, are you still hovering above the ground, or are you over here? Are you shooting from out here?
Oh yeah, I was shooting from out there.
Okay. Because we'll see something in a minute.
There's people running away.
So the first 19.
You hit.
Yeah, I was aiming for this one.
Yeah, you hit him.
Cool.
That does a good amount of damage. The 24 also hits. And that actually included your racial.
That
kills it.
Hey, and now
So,
I'm gonna fly in. There we go.
He didn't hear you before.
Wait.
okay. There are probably going to be some people leaving this building very quickly. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, Ezoid.
Okay, so first things first. Bonus action is going to go off. Let me find the cannon so that can go through. Come on now, where you at? There you are. There you are. So, 11 points of temporary hit points to Z, Easy, and the T-Rex.
Okay.
Easy will point at the one that's sitting here and fire at it. Yeah, I'll just fire at it. We'll see what happens. I guess it's not. Malfunction on the weapon, so I'm up to clear that. The bird. Are you still hurt, Kurt?
Nah, it looks much, much better. Looking fine and dandy.
Alright, so...
I just realized I had forgotten to do verified against you, but we'll do that next round.
Alright, so he, Chrome flies off to the right, to this one.
Okay.
and just starts clawing and pecking at its face. I don't know if it has any soft tissue or anything.
No, it's bone.
Okay, well, it does. I gotta roll a touch attack, so let me go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Well, let me just do this, the whole 9 yards. God dang it. So, that was a failed spell.
Yep.
And I could have just said something else. Alright, that's fine.
Okay.
That's it for the two of them.
Okay.
Now it's Z's
So we
turn.
go to Z.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a waste. So Z will cast Chromatic Orb at this one. This one.
Okay.
And he will roll a natural 20.
You hit.
Knock that off.
Natural 20s.
Well, yeah. So let's go ahead and... Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I'll just roll the damage and add... what is it? 4 times 8 is 32?
2. Yes.
And then just tell me the rest that you roll.
It's 32. So it'll be 44 points total.
44
Oh, acid
points
damage.
total. Okay. He is still up, but is very, very damaged.
Alright.
So, Vanessa.
Would I hear the commotion of the people running out the door screaming for their lives?
Not yet. You're about to. And I just realized something. I think I must have removed Charlotte, so your I lost your initiative. So I'm
I
gonna.
go before Sulak.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 8 point whatever.
Yeah, it was just I just go before Sulak.
Alright. So, the bird doesn't have an issue with me, so I should be able to walk through there.
Yeah, the bird sees you as a friendly, so you're safe.
Hey, you could drop an Arms of Hadar right here and get you.
Now, if you did that, the bird might not like you. But as of right now, yeah, a couple of the little bitty birds will like land on your shoulder and then fly away and start attacking the undead again.
Okay. Does a 25 hit?
Oh yes, you hit.
12 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And it has no resistance to that, so it takes it. And is that it? Do you have anything else?
I mean, I could like try to bite it or suck its
It's a
blood out.
skeleton.
It doesn't have any
Yeah,
blood. It's a
telekinesis
skeleton.
push something down.
It
Some of that marrow.
can. What do you want to push? Yeah.
Well, you would have gotten advantage if you would have pushed the guy down.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Then
But I will move
we
my
got.
hand over here just to for next time.
Okay. Charlotte.
I am going after the one up top with the tail.
Okay. You hit and you kill this one.
Damn it, I want to roll. It won't roll. Okay. Oh, there it went. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I got an 18 for the tail and then 15 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Yeah, as long as you see it.
As long as the DM sees it, it's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Okay.
I got 18 with 15 damage, and that killed it.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go for the one on top of Sulax. So
Okay.
I got a 10-foot reach.
Oh, okay. You didn't have to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here.
You hit.
Okay, and it does.
I got 40 points of piercing damage.
Damn. Yep.
Okay.
You didn't say it, but I'm gonna assume you stood up to do the
Dude.
attacks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Now that
So,
was your
yeah.
bite attack, right?
That was
So
the
you
bite
should be-
attack. It does 40.
It should be grappled as well.
And then is grappled. The escape DC is a 17 if you want to escape the grapple.
Okay.
The target is restrained, and but I can't bite any other target.
Gotcha. So, Sulax, it's now your turn.
Look at the shiny little skeleton inside of that one's mouth.
Yeah.
I
You
am,
managed to hit it.
yep, and I'm going to attack it because it's got my hunter's mark, and I'm going to take a -5
Okay.
so I can get my Great Weapon Master. 18.
18. That will hit.
Perfect. Okay. I'll give you damage on this one first. I'm not going to smite. Oh, wow, that was awful. Awful, awful. That's only 11 points of damage.
Okay. It is still thrashing around there.
Second verse, same as the first. That's even better. 21.
Okay.
And... Ooh, that's good. 16... Or 20. Yeah, 20.
20.
20 points of damage.
Okay. You finish him off.
Perfect. Since I killed it and reduced it to 0, I get a bonus action attack. And
Okay.
it's going to go against this guy that's between me and Vanessa.
Okay.
I'm just going to lose a d6 since I don't have a hunter's mark on it. And same verse, Great Weapon Master. 19, I assume. Hits.
Will hit.
Let's go
Yeah,
ahead
these
and
things have
smite.
weakened ever since the altar was destroyed.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and smite this thing. First level.
Okay.
30 points of damage.
Okay. It is still standing, but looks very weakened.
And that is my 2 attacks and bonus action.
Okay. So, Ethoid.
What about their turn?
Yeah, they go after me.
Actually, I just realized. Sorry. Rail.
Oh,
Rail
shit.
should have gone.
What happened to Rail?
Oh, the skeletons. I'm forgetting about them. This one is still going after Sulax. They both are.
You have wisdom
Let's
DC?
see.
That wisdom save?
Oh,
At
yes,
the beginning.
wisdom save for both of them.
Because the birdie blender's going.
Yeah. I got a 16 and an 18, so they'll take half damage.
That's only 6 for each of them.
That is enough to kill that one. Okay, that one is still there. But I'm going to just call it because you now can all focus fire on that one guy. And let me just try once to see if I can hit Sulax. And I'm at disadvantage still. And 17 does not hit Sulax.
No.
So, in this next round, I'm pretty sure between all of your radiant damage,
And a T-Rex.
Shadow Blade, and everything else, y'all will get rid of it. Rail. Yes, now you hear people fleeing the castle.
Uh-oh. I guess I'll fly back over the edge and see what's up.
You see a number. Let's see.
Remind me how far high up we are?
60.
You're 60 feet. You see 4 humans. No, 5 humans fleeing. Let's see, where are those? A total of 9 humans fleeing, but they're not coming out as a group. It's taking them a little bit of time to get out. They all look relatively young, somewhere between for the humans. I said they were all humans. They're not all humans. They look like they're in their mid to late teens. So you have a suspicion these were apprentices.
I'm going to attempt to shoot one of them as they're running.
Let's see. They have an AC of 10 and 13 hit points. I think you're pretty much going to kill them.
Okay, so I'll make this simple, since Easy goes next. He walks over to Z, grabs a hold of Z, warps down in front of the doorway, and Z casts a lightning bolt through the doorway. Gets as many of them lined up in a line as possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, yeah, you can easily get a number of them. They look like, as I said, they appear to be wizards' apprentices. And you have a number of different races, primarily human, a couple elves.
Easy will holler back up. Are we taking those who surrender?
Yes!
Are we taking prisoners? Nobody told me.
Yeah, of course. Why would it?
Yeah, we take prisoners.
So,
Unless they're undead, right?
unless they're undead. So yeah, the lightning bolt, I'm sure would have hit however many you want to say it hit. It's
Yeah. The other necromancer that had come up and saw that you had whacked their boss, fled. You're not sure. You did not see her flee.
yeah. Well, Z and I wouldn't have seen her at all because it was behind us.
Yeah. Well, it's more magic. It's just.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You got
looking
the hell out of
around. Yeah, I was gonna say looking around. See, invisibility is up.
Mhm.
Would I be able to find them?
Just to tell you, you will find some ghouls and gas that are trying to stay out of the sun. There's only like 5, so not hard to kill. I'm not going to make you roll through all of these. Let's see. On the first floor, there's just skeletons littering the floor, and they attack as swarms.
Chrome just kind of flies out just out of reach, right above them all.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just do it this way. Let me just show you what the floors look like.
Was this supposed to take like a couple of weeks?
It could have.
I mean, I'm sure Robert expected it to take a little longer than what it took.
Yeah, I mean, y'all just went to the end. It works.
Yeah. Just like a
Searching
book.
every floor, finding all the good stuff if there is any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it's no longer there. So the first floor is just completely empty and y'all can't see it because it's still hidden.
And we're still on the top floor map.
Oh. Did that move you all off, or?
Yeah, moved us to the bottom floor.
Oh, then
I'm
I need
still
to
looking at the
yeah.
top floor.
Okay, I'm moving y'all over.
Oh, there we go.
There now, but it's dark. So we bring out the
Is it
doggy.
still dark?
It's because I didn't have a
me,
token
but I don't
out.
think you moved me because I wasn't on the top floor.
I just drug my token out.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Quit that.
Yep.
Do you see it now?
Quit being
Yeah.
misbehaving.
So it's just empty. It's just the floor is covered and littered with bones, and the students were actually trying to avoid it because the second the alarm went off, they started to swarm anything that was on the floor. So the students were trying to avoid them too. Some other creatures have not been so lucky. Let's see.
Up.
The second floor.
Good boy.
Now, I'm going to say this. The tower is still in ruin. It kind of the stuff looks nice here, but they have not yet really been able to redevelop the library and things. The second floor is a library. And I'm going to move y'all over there. Can y'all see or?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hold on. Let me just do this.
Drop your tokens out if you didn't have it already.
Yeah, well,
Did that make it visible?
I mean,
I dropped the token.
everyone.
I can see things.
I'm still on the first map.
Yes.
First floor.
Okay. Let me do this. Hold on, I'm just gonna erase all of y'all from the first floor.
Oh, so you just said you
But
was
here, let
erasing
me
us.
just go on and I'll describe it. Second floor is a library. The third floor is a living space. There's bunks for the apprentices, and there was a nice room for the two necromancers. There are two more rooms that were empty. This third floor, there are some ghosts. They seem to be bound here. But with the necromancer dead, they're kind of quiet. The next floor, the fourth floor, is a series of workshops and places where they could teach apprentices. And then the top floor was the ritual floor. You also crushed, when you landed as a T-Rex, you crushed the altar, but you also crushed what appeared to be a bronze base or a bronze vessel with a lid. So probably the rituals were in the creation.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm sorry.
Now, on the necromancer, you had. Let me find her again. Her name you'll find in her spell book is Shinurdo. She has, y'all have both detect magic and detect and identify. So
Yeah.
I'll just go on and tell you. She has a wand of fear. She has a staff of swarming insect, which she was not able to activate. The potion is not there. She has iron bands of binding. She has a feather token whip. Which is consumable. And she was wearing black robes of the Archmagi.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that nobody can use them.
Yep.
Thanks, Z can.
Z and
Nope.
Easy can
No,
wear
you
them.
can't.
They're
No?
not evil.
You're not evil.
Oh, it has to be evil?
Yeah, it's the black
You
one.
can
So.
at level 14.
Yeah, you can attune to anything without the restrictions.
At Artificer level 14.
Which I need to figure that out because
But Vanessa will go to Easy and ask if he can fabricate a couple of our banners for Dragon's Nest so we can fly our colors here, indicating that we own this place now.
This is outside of our territory, though. Our territory.
You were doing
was-
this as a favor
I mean,
to the
yeah.
King in Copper.
we did
Yeah.
this for somebody, didn't we? We were hired for this job.
Yes.
Would it be rude for us to say it now it's ours because we did the job for you?
Well, I guess. I just
So-
wanted to make sure no one else moved back in after we.
As you're talking, you'll notice Chrome is over on the floor somewhere, just tapping on the floor, and takes a while, but after about an hour, with all sorts of like cloth and stuff laying on the ground around him, it's like he's tapping the cloth together and creates a very huge banner that has like the King in Copper's whatever emblem he's seen before on it, and it's valued at about 100 gold pieces. And
All right.
he just kind of squawks in your direction, and because did we determine whether he could talk?
Yes, he can.
Okay, so he
He
mimics
can
like
speak
a.
common.
All right, so yeah,
Oh,
he'll.
actually, no. He speaks to auto no.
Okay, so he says something to Easy, and Easy turns and says, "Oh, Chrome said you can hang this up to mark it as being the king's, since he's the one who sent us out here, right?"
I guess, but are we gonna get rid of him though?
Easy just kind of looks around. I was like, "No."
What the symbol is a skull with a gold crown on it.
All right, and like I said, it looks very fancy because what he did was he did his last channel divinity for the day was Artisan's Blessing. Allows him to conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include metal and simple or martial weapon, suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition, the tool set, any other metal object. I guess maybe I should have said metal, but the thing it creates can be something worth no more than 100 gold pieces. So it's not a.
It's a tin flag.
It's like a placard,
Okay.
not a banner. I read it a minute ago and I didn't realize that, but yeah, it's like a placard that says property of the King in Copper with his symbol on it.
Yeah.
And it was made from the junk material of whatever metal and stuff was laying around.
Yeah. The other thing that you can find out about the tower as y'all are kind of exploring it and dealing with some of the remnants. This is kind of a nexus point for necromantic energy. It has been used since the founding of Cormyr, for necromantic purposes. So this is old, and it's just seeped into every bit of this structure. And you actually can realize that the walls are about they're about 3 feet in thickness, and all of it is bone. It's not built on stone. It's built on bone that has been mortared together.
It's not creepy at all.
No, not creepy at all.
Fine and dandy.
Yeah. You kind of have a feeling if you were a necromancer, your powers might be a little bit more effective. Not in terms of just your normal casting of spells, but like raising undead and things like that. It would be you would get more.
We need to destroy this tower then?
No,
We cleared it out for them.
I don't think we were told to destroy it, were we?
No.
Yeah, just clear it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the premise that you're coming with there, Vanessa, but I think it might be better to kind of like err on the side of caution currently, at least, because some of us almost died, and it was because of a rock on the ground.
Alright, because a rock on the ground.
Yeah, that big rock that the thingy that fell out of the sky broke. It was like killing us.
That altar.
Oh, the altar, yes.
Yeah, that altar was not good.
What made you
No,
turn into a
no.
giant lizard and fall on it?
Well, let's take
What?
any form of documentation or anything basically that's not nailed down.
Well, you can easily get her spell book. Somebody, it looks like, ran in and grabbed a couple things and got out of there.
Okay.
But you can find clothing. You can find a lot of apprentice spell books. You have her spell book, which has some unique necromancy spells that she has come up with. You can find out from reading some of her notes that what she was creating was something like a magic jar or an iron flask. She was creating something to trap something in. Trying to think. Yeah. When you get down there, they weren't able to get all their gold and stuff out, so you find about 500 gold.
Okay.
Or let's just say you find 500 gold, scrounging around. What's interesting here is you don't find a kitchen, unlike in other towers and things you've been to. They seem to just have a lot of hardtack rations for people to eat.
Okay.
You kind of get a feeling that most of the people that ultimately are here are probably not living.
Okay.
Or you come to this tower to transcend mortality. And I was going to drop this. Here is where is it?
I just wanted to make sure to take anything and everything that
Greyhawk
will
place.
allow someone just to walk back in and start up necromancy practices again.
Yeah. Oh no, I understand. I understand. Let me see if I can get if this is download correctly. Yeah. Here is an example of the King and Copper's device. It's not gold; it's copper. So
Yeah, hence the.
hence the name. But yeah, it's a skull. So, yeah, that's
Okay.
about it.
Well, do we want to go ahead
Y'all
and...
avoided the minor fights and just went straight for the big fight and surprised her and got rid of her.
Sorry.
Hey, I didn't get to hit you with the 10-8,
Yeah.
necrotic fireball.
All right. So I guess we'll pick up next week. We got 11 o'clock.
As our walk back, Vanessa's gonna kind of lean into Solax and whisper in his ear.
Oh, whispering sweet nothings?
Let me check. I think that might be a little bit out of my abilities. I don't think I can cast Hallow. That'd be basically blessing this ground, more or less, on a grand scale. That'd be more of a cleric thing at a high level.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to piss off the King in Copper?
I don't say that out loud. I'm just saying that as a person, I think that would be the spell needed.
No, I'm asking Marcus. Why are you trying to piss off the King in Copper?
I'm not trying to piss him off. I'm trying to limit his power over the area, the region.
Yeah, you're trying to piss him off.
Yeah, so it sounds like to me.
And the thing with that is,
I'm methodically putting out there.
Yeah. I'll put it this way: if anyone ever wanted to hallow this ground, they would first have to clear the energies that are.
Yeah.
A hollow spell is not going to just work.
I wonder if a wish spell would do such a thing.
Yes, a wish spell would completely convert this place to a temple of Bahamut. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to piss him off right now.
No.
But no, Vanessa's, just laying out the groundwork to eventually do a power grab of this region.
Thought process.
No, we never thought that. We never thought that was what Vanessa was trying to do. From the very beginning, when she's creating an army of people she was pulling in from every encounter we had, we'd never thought that was what was going on.
These black robes. None of us can use them, I don't think.
Can I adjust them over time?
I was going to
I want
say...
them.
Apparently Charlotte wants them.
I will be able to use them.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, maybe get in good graces, giving them to somebody that we might see here shortly, but if you want them, good by me.
Then you would lose that nifty ability from your new armor.
Okay.
These are robes. The robes can go over armor, can't they?
Nope.
Yeah.
It actually states that if you're not wearing any armor, you get the benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And also...
Okay.
Well, that's
Robe of the
15
Archmage, I will put it like this. Robe of the Archmage gives you advantage on saving throws against spells, AC 15 plus your dex modifier.
Which is better than your current or the same.
It's better by 1. And then you have your spell DC and your spell attack bonus each go up by 2. That's a
But it
4
can only
stat
be
bonus.
attuned by sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
Look at the last thing I just sent you.
Oh.
I'm curious if somebody's going somewhere.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes. The next level will be warlock.
Okay. Okay. So yes, that's definitely true. I'm gonna leave one more thing. When y'all get back, Rory Fairweather has moved to the Dragon's Nest because her husband died, and all portents of his death say that he was killed because of the will of Asmodeus.
That's even better. That's even better that now we have another reason to hate the Asmodeans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I comfort
It's
her
just
so
that
much.
Asmodeus called in favor of a friend of somebody he just hates to kill a thorn in his side.
So I was gonna say, at this point, does that mean that you're the fiend that is coming to ruin all my things?
Wait, me?
Exactly.
I'm not ruining anything. I thought that was perfect. I
Oh,
did
it's
the right
wonderful.
kind of
I
sacrifice.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You killed a Selûnite priest, and just happened to be that Char was doing a favor for Asmodeus.
All right. So we'll go ahead and shut down so we can discuss whatever we need to off air.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. If you want to see what happens next, come join us next Friday to continue our little Consequences of Chaos. How much will Vanessa piss off the King and the Copper? Will we survive long enough to find out? Will we all be turned into undead soldiers for the King of Copper because of Vanessa's actions? Stay tuned, find out. If you can't wait till that long to satisfy your tabletop RPG, join us tomorrow night at our friend's channel, at the Dragon's Table, for some Star Wars. Nice little game called Rebel Yell. It's Fantasy Flight Star Wars. I think all of us but one of us is there. And joining them in that game. Of course, we also have our Wednesday night game of Organized Play, as well as our Mutants and Masterminds game on Thursday that you can join us then.
Yes.
But until then, remember we're in this adventure called Life together, so please keep that golden rule in mind. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.